Imelje serves as the central point of Bahrain, in both a literal and figurative sense. She does not interact in conventional ways, but she is ever present within these woods, and over the past few days, she has learned much about the visitors in her forest through her people. The rat could outdo all but the best of her makers. He is more dedicated to his craft after the few short years he's lived than many of her makers are after centuries. But tunnel vision is a dangerous thing. He is sure to reach his goals, but at what cost? The lizard is an abomination, for he has cheated the natural circle of life. Though he faces adversity with a firm hand and heart, working towards redemption for himself and for others. But the world is not so simple, and that platinum sentiment may very well fade with time. The Wish Child is a constant ball of curiosity and excitement. He is gifted beyond measure, and charges headfirst into any situation. But a swift charge cannot solve every problem, a lesson he may just learn at the cost of his life, or worse, at the cost of one of his companions. Eamon is an elf in name alone. The blood of a human courses through him, and he was not raised amongst his people. Yet Imelje could not condemn him for this. He has had little say on his path to her, but he shall be set free from today forward. The question is, does he fly or fall? After completing the final stage of the Keeper's trial, the party set about preparing to leave. Raiji was teleported by Dayrune to a spot far north within the forest where he has been sparring with a dragon with no sleep or rest. Phosphorus has been diligently perfecting his craft in the tree that houses the makers, while Eamon, Renistir, and Senu have been hard at work creating Eamon's staff. 3 days of downtime having just passed, we cut to Eamon describing his staff. Eamon, what does your staff look like?
Pretty basic. It has just a basic sort of dark bark staff, about the height of your average, think like a wizard staff, so like a little bit taller than Eamon. Eamon's like 6 feet tall. Sort of like this bark texture that sort of twists up towards the top, and the only thing of note that you'd really notice is this little blue, that tier that we gathered is sort of like infused towards the top of it. What? Not like sitting on top, but like embedded in the little top, maybe like 4 to 6 inches.
What color is the bark?
Just dark brown.
Word, gotcha. Okay.
I thought about making it like really obviously magic, but the idea of that being a thing, I would like to be able to pass it off as like, this is just a wooden staff. It still has some cool properties to it, but not obviously like, come, look at my magic staff. I'm a magic wielder.
The floating tear above it.
Yeah.
It's actually the top is Renistir's head with a tear in his mouth.
A ceramic.
So, Raiji.
Yes.
You get finished sparring for 3 days straight.
Yep.
Why don't you roll 3 attack rolls for me?
Just I'm assuming the sword, not double slice, just 3.
Yeah, like just straight up, just tell me what you get, no damage. Just tell me a D20 plus a 7.
So the first one was 11. Second one was 12.
Mm-hmm.
Third one was 26.
It takes the 3rd day for you to leave a mark on him.
Yep. Figured that.
And you never once pierce the scales. You scuff one of them. But honestly, in comparison, you equate him kind of to Jome/Lorik in terms of the gap of your strength, and you didn't even touch him. So even scratching the surface of something is tangible improvement in comparison.
Yep.
After those days, you're obviously stronger. You probably are more than anyone deserving of leveling up after sparring with the dragon for 3 days straight. You are fatigued for sure.
Word.
But I wouldn't worry about that too much because it'll probably go away here pretty soon. And Delu would leave you with two sentiments. The first one being is that you should find a group to stick with, because more often than not, allies can spur growth just as much as enemies. And the second is that you aren't burdened with the same thing Dayrune is. She can't leave these woods. She has to stay here. All she can learn is from him, right? You're not the same. You literally by nature kind of go wherever the fuck you want. And there's a lot of strong shit, a lot of places. And yeah, you could stay here and train with him for the rest of your life, and you probably get pretty strong. But you get a lot stronger if you just went and found shit equally or stronger than him to fight. I'd probably say give it a couple, give it some time before you like seriously take something like him on, but
Should have probably led with that.
He's already gone fighting another dragon.
Yeah, yeah.
Just wait on.
Literally the
he's
first
gone.
dragon that shows up. And then after those 3 days, Dayrun would show up and she'd bring you back, teleport you back.
Yummy.
Anything you would want to leave? Yeah, I honestly, you guys probably wouldn't talk that much.
No, I would just be like, I'll come back and fight you later.
Okay. I look forward to it. I need to sleep, though. It's been... And he goes and curls around the tree again. Yeah, most of your interactions would have probably just been him, like, correcting posture or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can... why don't you roll an Arcana check or a Nature check?
Okay.
Gets nervous.
I'm glad all of us are
God damn it. I hate this.
Sorry,
dude.
it's me.
+4 circumstance bonus. You've been sparring with him for 4 days.
A +4?
3 days, yeah.
Okay. 8.
8.
Mm-hmm. Got
Yeah.
that one.
Oh. Yeah, she takes you back. Just as you're walking, Phosphorus is walking out of the tree where all the craftsmen are, carrying, like, way too much junk in his hands. You notice, right?
Some call this junk. I call it treasure.
Yeah. Just a bunch of sharp sticks.
Oh, there you are. Where were you?
Yeah, he looks haggard to all hell.
Fighting.
Need something to drink?
What time is it?
It would be, like, morning
Morning?
of, like, your 4th day. So you had 3 full days of downtime.
It's coffee.
No, I'm good.
It's not liquor. It actually make you feel a lot better.
Okay.
I reach in my pocket and pull out a cup of steaming coffee. All right, you no longer fatigued for the next 10 minutes.
Thank God, now I don't have to add that sound effect. For how long?
Next 10 minutes, he's no
I'll
longer
make the
fatigued.
door
Okay,
creaking
you're no
noises.
longer fatigued for 10 minutes.
I
For the
just
next
go
10
back
minutes.
to fight.
10 more minutes of combat.
You're pretty strong, right?
Huh?
You mind carrying some things for me?
Why?
So, all this material that I have, I can build traps out of. I want to carry more, but I'm not that physically strong myself.
Is it heavy?
It is heavy.
Okay.
Okay, here you go.
So what is your bulk at? So being equipment.
Current is 2.
How much can you carry?
I can carry up to 9.
I'd probably give him like 3 or 4.
You carry up to fucking 9?
9 would be encumbered. Maximum is
gotcha. Oh, yeah,
14.
because you're really strong.
Yoked.
Uh-huh.
I'd probably give you like 4 then,
4.
if you're fine with that. Okay, so I have 6 total.
6 total what?
I'm carrying 2 encumber, or
Okay.
2,
Yeah, yeah.
and he's carrying 4.
So you have the materials outside of the 4 to make 6 of whatever that trap is.
Spike traps.
Yes.
Okay.
Makes sense. I don't know why.
And now we're
Didn't think that.
maxed out at 10.
Yes, yeah. With 4 that you can use before going into the reserves of such.
Thank you.
Yep.
Renestier and Eamon,
Yes.
you have just retrieved your staff, like fully finished, in Emelge. And you would have all been notified beforehand that they are going to hold a feast all of today to commemorate him, well, all of you really, completing the Keeper's
Just me.
Trial.
If they serve any fruit, we should turn it down.
Why? Why is that?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, where are you?
Not yet. no.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
the
You know, they
things.
got the
Yeah.
Phosphorus?
souls in there.
Oh.
Which wrist is it on?
I probably left.
Okay. Yeah, you
got a lot of options there.
I was like, flip a coin in my head.
Wait, it's still flipping.
The only difference between Haggard, right, that you see is he's got this just white bracelet band around his left wrist that fits perfectly, that he definitely didn't have before.
Does it look valuable?
Valuable, maybe.
How much gold we talking?
Does
It
look-
definitely looks strange.
Looking
Roll
at it-
crafting.
Okay, I was about to ask you,
Yep.
is it magical?
Well, you'll find out if you
Is 14.
probably. To what degree, no idea, but it's probably magical. Just the way it's sitting on his wrist and like perfectly fit. That, or he met the greatest bracelet maker of all time out there.
That's some magic bullshit.
And yeah, you retrieve your staff as all of the village is kind of like setting things up, a big banquet in that orchard where Sonny and Snyder were staying.
All right, and we're back in Emelje, right?
Yes, you are. You would have just been leaving Emelje with Seinu. We'll say as Raiji and Phosphorus walk by. So the four of you are now all together.
Has
Hey,
Renister
guys.
been with me this whole time?
Yes, he spends all day in there. He spent all day in there with you.
Cool.
You look like me. What happened?
Hmm?
Why do you look so tired?
I look like a lizard?
Well, he doesn't look tired right now, actually.
Oh, that's true.
At least his eyes don't.
He's just jittery.
He's just.
It's like
he
he's like
looks
he
like
still
he
has
has.
bags
I
under
just,
his eyes.
I
sorry,
just
sorry.
am
retcon that.
walking next to Phosphorus on my arm,
I
like on my
retcon that.
hands.
Why do you look like Phosphorus?
I look like a rat?
Oh, you got your eyes are just all over the place.
I don't know.
Okay.
Have you ever had coffee before?
Yeah.
Okay.
He gave me some the other day.
It's good.
Where are you guys headed? As I plant my staff in the
I
ground.
don't know. I was
Anyway.
following him.
Look pretty regal about it.
I was just kind of
Seinu looks to you, Raiji, and goes,
Oh,
"How did
Seinu's
it
here.
go?
Good.
You look weathered. I'd say that is a good thing. Come,
Yeah, it was fun.
come, we feast."
Okay.
Yeah. it's good to do that.
All of you would notice that a bunch of the elves are up in Emelje picking the fruits that hang
you,
from
not the fruit.
Emelje.
Don't drink the
What's wrong
Kool-Aid.
with the fruit?
It's got souls in it.
Are you speaking openly about this in front of Seinu?
I'm kind of trying to whisper it.
Okay.
To
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
leaned over. It's got souls in it.
Whoa. Cool. Raiji does not say quietly.
Seinu just walks, leads you to the orchard. There is not really basically it's just a massive picnic. There's not really any tables. There is loosely spots for people to just congregate and sit. People are passing around a bunch of those pitcher things. A lot of the elves are smoking things that
Sonny gave
again
him-
vaguely look like they have their own drugs. Sonny was on them and he said those things slap. Yeah, Sonny
Right.
is hella twisted already.
Right, too right.
His little knot eyes, real pink and
Yeah,
baggy.
his light colored seeds that make up his eyes just turn red.
Have like a
They
pink
turn
shade to
into
him.
the spinny things in cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Just a couple more seeds under his eyes.
But yeah,
Can I see if there's any is there
He
a
opened his
spot
third
we're
eye.
supposed to sit?
Third seed
Is
on
there
his
are
forehead.
people just up and about? Is there
yeah.
a dance
It's kind
floor?
of just like a go wherever you want, congregate. It's just like a big celebration thing.
How many would you say are here? Like rough estimate.
It looks like a couple hundred.
okay, just to get it in my head.
Oh, is there like a table we sit down and there's a lot of food there?
No, there. We will bring the fruit to you.
Okay.
Just go as you wish,
Go where?
wherever in the orchard you desire.
Oh.
I just
Do you want a table?
What? I don't know.
Just gets out his
I don't really care.
bandsaw.
I just thought there was going to be a table. Yeah, I will go. I don't know. I'm just going to wait and follow you guys, I guess.
I'll just walk around. I'll try to find something to smoke probably.
Okay. Yeah.
Some of that elven
Dank.
tobacco, but this time, yeah, make it dank is what I don't say in game to the elves. But
Yeah, I was gonna say we're
can I have
probably
some of that stuff. Make it dank.
we're probably using Eamon as our social guide.
Yeah, I mean, none of you can literally communicate with anyone except Seinu and Daerun that you've met. So.
and also probably aren't very good at it if we could.
yeah, yeah.
As soon as I see food, that's where I go.
The only fruit you see are those fruits they've plucked from the trees.
Yeah, if they're serving, then I'm
Okay,
gonna
yeah.
start eating.
There's someone walking around with a basket that'll find their way to
Cool. I'll take the basket.
Reiji. Okay. Reiji.
Reiji.
Ragey.
Yeah, the basket has, oh my God, coincidentally, 4 fruit in it. There's a bright
I eat
green
all 4.
apple. Again, they all look like a crystalline texture. There is a bright green apple. It doesn't look exactly the same, but what you would roughly equate to a banana that has a dark purple color.
These are devil fruit.
There is a mix
Gobble,
between
gobble,
the texture of those little seeds on it, but the size of a grape, or the shape of a grape, but it's roughly the size of a coconut. And it's deep orange. And then there is a bunch, like a smaller little bowl of blue cherries all heaped together on one stem.
I feel like this is a very important decision for
Yeah,
us.
so Raiji would definitely,
you have first pick easily.
as he walks over, would just grab one. So I'm just gonna roll
D4.
Yeah, D4
From the top bottom.
Yeah,
Word. From the top
3.
to the bottom. 3. You pick up the mix between a strawberry and a grape, but the size of a coconut that's deep orange.
cool. I just start eating that. I'm like, hey
Okay.
guys, check it out.
As you eat it, it's easily the spiciest thing you've ever eaten in your life. The fire in your mouth grows into a pit in your stomach, and you are filled with rage. You're fucking furious, madder than you've ever been. How could they do this to you? How could they?
Who's they? Where do I direct my rage?
But that's up to you.
Do we see him like get
Eamon will have been literally just walking around trying to like talk to the elves.
I'm gonna be honest. I probably just like anger eat.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You angrily.
Guys, check it out.
You take a bite out of it, and this is what you get. And you look at the fruit, and you're like, "You motherfucker!" And you hurriedly
believe you've
eat
done
it.
this.
And just as you're about to like, almost like go red, it just all subsides. It was good though. Is it that we know when you eat something that's the perfect amount of spice and it leaves that like after tingle? That's kind of everywhere in your body.
That was a perfect
Can I-
spice as I almost just beat the shit out of everyone.
Can I
in
take a
pure
look
rage.
at the fruit?
Is there a playground of elves
crafting?
somewhere?
No, you can take a look with nature.
Oh, I'd like to try to
anybody,
identify it.
is anybody
I
else
know.
gonna take one?
I do not consider these magical items.
I will. Can I identify if they're undead?
I mean, yeah.
I
don't-
feel like that'd
you-
be my first inclination
you
if I
do
know
not
their
need
souls.
to
They
roll.
are technically plucked, so yes.
They are not undead.
Okay, I'd still be like looking at it like their souls. In
If
here.
if you guys don't take
I would
one,
take-
I will eat another one.
I would take
I will
the-
come get one too
Yeah,
eventually.
I'll
I'm just-
grab the
5.
What does that mean? Oh, for nature. Yeah. I mean, you are aware of all of the knowledge, so there's definitely like there's no way these aren't magical to some degree. It's kind of improbable that they wouldn't be based on everything you know about them.
I'm gonna go find Sunny and just sit down.
Okay.
So you don't eat one. So I take another one.
It's
I'm gonna-
magical.
I'm gonna take the crystalline looking one. I think this is the first one.
They're all crystalline.
Oh, sorry.
They
what was-
all have a
What was
crystalline
the
texture.
first one then?
A bright green apple.
Oh, that's right. Oh,
There's an apple, banana, and then
a little bowl of things.
yeah.
Mhm.
Bowl of
Cherries, a
blueberry
bunch of
type
cherries.
I'll
cherries.
take the cherry one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which one do you want?
Cherry bomb.
I'm walking around talking to the elves right now.
So it looks like you're eating
We're splitting.
3 of them.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll again, just out of the 2.
Well, hold on. We'll do his quick.
Word.
Because he would grab his while you're anger eating
That's true.
yours. So yeah, you bite into it and you are expecting a fruit taste, but it's really savory, like a melt in your mouth steak.
yeah.
As you swallow, you immediately become high off your fucking ass. like like literally you're smelling colors and seeing sounds high.
Tripping balls, man.
Yeah.
As you're just angry eating.
Yeah.
Just spacing off.
Have you ever looked at your own hands? Fucking crazy, man.
I'm just like growling like an animal.
And you two.
Hey.
As I walk by, I
Yeah.
would grab the apple. So what I was gonna say is, if there's a roll and you don't have to like make like on the spot, give me any info now. But knowing this might be like the only chance where like all the elves are cool to like talk to me and hang out and not like busy working, I would have tried to, even if it's not like a gather information. I'm not looking for anything specific, but like knowing this is a really like rare culture that we probably won't get to be around ever
Yeah.
again.
Anything you're
like-
specifically looking for in points of conversation?
No, just like asking questions about their culture and stuff. If they're more willing to talk to me than they have been, as
I mean,
far as
they've-
like
they've-
knowing that we did the trial and like
Yeah.
kind of doing this in our honor. Just
They've never really been
General questions.
unwilling to talk to you.
No,
except
just
for
like
the one instance.
they've been
It's just-
busy.
Yeah, they and you have been busy.
they have jobs.
So yeah, I mean, there's no role needed. They literally look at you in a similar way that they look, especially you, to like. You very much get an energy of like you are important guests. Like they are excited to converse with you. Like
Cool.
people come up to you.
Yeah,
But you grab the apple one? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so after I do that, get some info in my head that I'd probably try to write down later or something. Just
Yeah.
Whatever. After doing that for probably like 15, 20 minutes, I would come to the table and I guess I would
There is
see...
no table, we've established.
Sorry.
How dare
I would
you.
see
I can make
Renister and...
You can, yeah.
And Raiju sitting in the grass, one angry and one just like...
Staring
just
at
like
his
baked.
How are they so fucking big?
I'm
just like-
probably pretty chill by now.
Yeah, you're on the down. I'm like, hey.
You're coming down.
I look to Raiju, I'm like, is he okay? Renister, you okay?
Renister, right as this is happening, you know, in movies where it does it like woo and it like zooms out a bunch, that happens, and then when it snaps to, you're just normal again.
Have you ever heard of ego death?
No.
I didn't either.
Have you died more than one way?
I think so. I don't like. This is why I was sober for so long. I'm going to sit down.
I just
like
reaching-
sit down in place, like kind of shaky.
Well, this has to be a normal apple. I grab the apple and take a bite.
Okay.
Surely,
luck.
surely a plain
So
apple.
you eat it, and it is both sweet and sour, both
Like-
of which
like
are
apples? Yeah.
incredibly strong. Yeah, honestly, you'd probably, in our terms, you'd equate it to something like a sweet and sour candy more than
Like a
anything.
Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. And you are immediately flooded with an intense bout of euphoria. You're the happiest you've ever been, which weirdly enough is just like, probably haven't been this happy maybe ever since you were a kid.
Eamon starts crying.
It
Not
does. It's weird though because you feel extremely happy, but almost as if you're looking at yourself be happy. It feels detached in a way, like the feelings aren't yours, but you are feeling them.
I see myself like just as tears just start like streaming down my face, and I just kind of like sit down and look up at this guy, like happy tears just pouring, trying to smile and like decipher what's going on.
Yeah, this is the most beautiful sky you've ever seen. You're
Yeah.
like, what? How blessed am I to
Yeah.
see this sky?
Have you guys ever just sat down and just thought about how lucky we are?
I just ate and I'm so hungry.
So, but as I watch all this happen and all the elves around me, can I look around to see if like anything's going on or try just because?
Well, yeah,
Because
I think
everyone's gathered in one area, and as someone who uses explosives, I know that this is a what we call a target-rich environment.
yeah.
Like,
That's,
like, if-
that's
if-
actually really smart.
If something's gonna go down, I
Yeah,
have a
for
feeling
sure.
it'd be here.
Yeah, perception.
Okay.
you find out that phosphorus is
Do,
the main
do I get a
course.
bonus to this?
No,
Because I'm sober.
no, you don't get any negatives because you're sober.
You know what? That's fair.
The elves just come up and start tearing limbs off him,
They
chewing them.
spit
The
phosphorus.
sacrifice.
I was 17.
Roasted rat.
Oh, phosphorus. You got 17. It doesn't seem like anything's afoot at all. You notice it in your friends, but it seems like when they eat these fruits, it like passes pretty quickly. And there's some of them that aren't partaking in any of what you guys would equate to alcohol or some sort of psychedelic or something like that. You also catch that there are a couple conversations. One of them mentions that there are still hunters out doing things. Not everyone is here. And two,
How do I catch those?
you notice, the age-old eavesdrop explanation doesn't work. Suddy looks to you.
He doesn't speak it either.
He doesn't.
But he's he's so high he unlocked that language.
Don't
I-
explain the situation. I was just about to make
if you want, I could see like guards are still on, or I see like hunters.
I mean,
leaving.
you would see. Yes, that's where I was moving to next. And you see some people on guard here, which maybe doesn't normally happen, but happens because of the recent events.
I would ask Renister,
Are you the
or like
banana?
I would observe which one he had. By he, I mean Renister, and I would go try to find more of that.
Okay. You come out of it slowly. Eventually,
Yeah.
you look up at the sky and the euphoria fades. It's strange because yours is the most of a positive emotion coming down. The other ones were more either a negative emotion or something mixed.
Really
right?
intense.
Yeah. I mean, it was all really intense, but they were kind of dragged down and then up, and you were kind of dragged up and then down.
I need some downers, man.
But yeah, you get that purple banana.
Get that perp.
And you bite right into it. And you bite into it, which I just said, and it's very tangy, almost to the point where you kind of like not a fan of it for a sec, but you finish it, and as soon as you finish it, the hair on the back of your neck stands up, and your body immediately kicks into flight or fight mode. You feel as if at any moment something is about to come out and end your life.
I would just be on alert.
Yeah. Why don't you roll perception for me?
Yeah, I would draw my swords.
Okay.
Dude, careful, that shit makes you paranoid.
So you guys see Raiji eat the banana, and then he just draws both his blades
I would
and looks
just
around.
instinctually also pull out my
Okay. Yeah.
shield and flail.
Perception 21.
Okay. You look around, and it's almost worse that you rolled well, because you are sure you see nothing that is triggering this, which leads you probably to a couple conclusions, but something that it might be is that something is so far above, like below the radar, you can't even sense it in any way.
Would he also see me looking around, like making it worse?
Yeah, a little bit, sure, yeah. I mean, you notice he's a little too deep in his own thoughts to like notice the rat on a
like this whip of
looking
water
around.
comes
But yeah.
out of the end of my staff, and I start flailing it around.
I would probably just like close my eyes and just focus on listening.
Okay, yeah. So you close and you listen, and you listen. It's pretty easy for you to tune out a lot of the noise because it's in a language you don't understand. So it's like white noise to you. It's not like someone actually talking, even though it is, but it's intangible to you. And as you tune it out, you just hear almost like as quiet as a drop of water from like 100 feet away. It's the only thing that pings the radar besides the noise. People talking.
I sprint towards the water.
Okay. Yeah. So
Follow behind him.
you sprint
as
as fast as you can, and you get to. You open your eyes or keep them closed?
I mean, I would clock where it is and then run towards it.
Yeah.
I
So you sprint as fast as you can over there, and with every step, this feeling begins to fade. And as you get there, you see the tiniest bug that it's almost as if you can't see it. It's so small. It's in the shape of a morning dew little, think of a ladybug, but its shell looks like just like a drop of water, and it is just slowly moving up a vine.
I eat it.
By the time you get there, you are no longer in flight or fight mode. But
I eat it.
Okay. You do that.
I just bite the bug.
Okay.
I was falling.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, he's faster than me. Did I catch any of that?
You catch him bite something on a vine.
Could I roll to see if he's high like Renisteer, or if I buy it?
I mean,
I'm not any longer.
I just
by the
look
way.
all smug
You-
and put my swords back.
Was that
That what yours
Don't worry, I
did
got
was
it.
different than what Renister was having going on, for sure.
Yeah.
And he literally just ate one.
yeah.
So you are confident that whatever just happened was an effect of what he ate.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got it.
Oh, okay. And I put my flail and shield back. It's just sort of like I turned to walk away, but my head sort of still remains.
So
at it.
Phosphorus, well, you
You're
were kind
still
of
high.
looking around, and as soon as you're like, we're good, you just hear the quick footsteps of Raiji sprint over and then bite into a vine.
We're gonna find out this was like a god in the form of a bug, and it's gonna grow.
Glad tidings, Raiji.
So this is happening like all over with a bunch of different elves.
I will
right?
bestow my
Yeah.
power upon you.
Similar
Oh
things
my
happen
God!
in a lot of places. Yep.
This is a horrible idea.
I want to find the one that Renisteer had and use prestidigitation to like
there
snap
are
a little flame under it.
There are no duplicates.
There are no duplicates?
You do not find a single one that is similar to what I've described that you guys have eaten already.
Okay. I pick up a random one off a table then.
Okay.
Red in color. Purple. I like purple.
Yeah, you can
And
find
then
purple one.
I would just like snap a little flame under it and prestidigitation, try to cook it and try to like huff the smoke coming off the top of it.
Okay. So as you do that, as soon as the flame lights, a couple of the elves like turn to you horrified, and they look to you and they go, "Oh no, you're burning them."
Oh, sorry. I was cooking it.
No,
Oh.
you're hurted.
Oh. I'm so sorry. I just kind of like brush off the like charred.
It didn't. I
ends
mean,
of
they're
it.
crystalline, so
Yeah.
it would have taken a lot more than just a little
Yeah.
bit of heat to cook it. But yeah, they definitely look at you as if you were holding a baby and like we're about to dunk it in a fire.
Oh no. I'm so sorry.
Wait, are these babies?
I used tidy prestidigitation to
more.
like whip all the little
Yeah.
black scorch marks off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was just a trick. It was just
They like nervously like clap a little bit, and they're like, "Okay."
You're like muffled
Okay,
shrieks coming
okay.
from inside the
Do you
fruit.
know what this one will do? Friend, I speak to the closest elf.
No, we do not know what any of them do until we eat them.
I eat it.
Okay, you eat it.
Okay.
So I only had 4 prepared. 'cause
You don't
this
have to tell
can
me what
go
it does.
on- Yeah,
I just want to
Basically,
get high.
what it happens is, I mean, this is not the way to get high if you want to get high because they don't last that long.
It's true.
It is about at
like a
max
whip it.
a minute of normally one specifically strong emotion. So Raija, you probably go through the ringer because you like eating, huh?
Well, I like if it's not satiating my hunger, I would not eat anymore.
I mean, it satiates your hunger as much as eating
Like-
anything would.
I mean, a strawberry the size
Okay.
of a coconut would definitely make you full.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like I don't know
That's
if it's
huge.
like magic and
That's
like
true.
but you are. It appears as if you are still like consuming sustenance.
yeah. I mean, like I fought for 3 days straight, so I'd be very hungry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'd eat as much as possible.
Yeah. I mean, there's plenty.
Just the emotional ringer, dude.
Yeah. You. I mean, you go through the whole spectrum for sure. Do you remain non-partaking?
I was just trying to find something
Phosphorus?
to smoke then.
Yeah.
Yes, I remain
Yeah.
non-partaking.
Sunny, or just the elves?
Just the elves.
Yeah.
I don't trust Sonny's drugs. Maybe it's just because he's so small, but it seems like he's always just like out for the count. Like
Oh yeah.
I don't
For
want
sure.
to. I'm not
wanna
trying
get,
to do that.
You want to get high, but you don't want to be unoperable in case something.
I want to get
goes down.
buzzed.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I just
yeah.
want
Run a
just a little
steer.
head rush.
I went through this and I'm just like staying on the other end of the room where they're keeping the fruit because I'm just like
I mean, the fruit's everywhere in the orchard. You're just in an open field orchard.
Anywhere I go, if I see it, I'm like, ah.
Okay.
I just keep like, oh,
Yeah.
not again. They say it's non-habit forming, but I know.
You don't want no part of this, dude.
Yeah, I'm glad you got the drug one. Yeah. So anything specific you guys would want to do? This goes on literally all day.
I'd probably
And
be
into the night.
looking for like normal food. I know there's probably not, but I'd still,
Eventually, normal food does come out.
I just look like, like relieved, but I'm still like cautiously eating it.
Most of the crystalline, what you guys know to be ancestor fruits, are gone by like evening.
I would probably try to gather information then about how, just sort of the general vibe of how everyone's feeling about like the recent threats, or if it's even public knowledge.
Yeah.
Because in general, like, do people seem kind of on edge? Do they seem
Immediately,
anxious?
it doesn't seem like it's super public knowledge. Most people seem to be kind of like aware of something, but they don't know the specifics. You do meet a couple hunters who know the specifics and have like been told to look for certain things.
Is Senu in the area?
Yep, he's about. You can find him at any point, at some point during the day for sure.
I would
easily.
approach him, but I would just be like, what is up with... I understand that your ancestors are in these fruits, but I took one and I don't really know how to explain it. I felt like I was inside my body, but not really controlling it.
The fruits hold those of us who have died. They hold a memory of theirs, but they do not hold. You do not experience the memory, but you experience what they felt in that memory. Just the strongest emotional memory that they hold.
So it is an encapsulation of their life? Or
It is
towards-
an encapsulation of the strongest emotion they felt at one point in their life. It is not an encapsulation of their whole life.
So it could be anything from a happy childhood memory to their death?
Mm-hmm. He points over to a couple people that look like a bit downtrodden, and he goes, they have had what I assume and what normally happens is they have eaten ones of people who have died horribly.
Do you know how to identify which make you feel which? I know they are all different, but is there distinguishing features?
Yes.
Where is there a way I can figure out which ones are these ones that make you feel like you have, like that person's death?
A way that you could tell? No, they will not speak to you. But I, with my connection, simply need to touch one to feel what others feel when eating it.
I don't mean to be much bother, but could I find one of these with your help?
May I ask why?
I feel that I trust you enough to, if you already are not aware of my condition.
Yes.
I've died once before, and it is very cloudy to me, and I wonder if this will help aid in relating some of that emotion in somebody who has had a similar experience.
Okay. Come with me.
I'd follow.
He eventually takes you to what looks like a very dark, almost black in color, roughly the size of a watermelon. And he hands it to you.
I stare at it like cautiously, a little bit nervous, like probably fighting that big tree. Like this is the first time I'm a little shaken up about it. And
Everybody roll perception except Renestier.
6. 19.
10.
Raiji, you're the only one that catches this. You just see him and Seinu, and he's holding this. It doesn't mean you need to do anything. You're just the only one in like you guys going about through the day that catch it as he's.
I'd
saying
even
there.
say I'm probably like my hands are shaking a bit as I'm like bringing it to my face.
You'd with that roll, you'd also probably pick up on that. But yeah, you eat it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it is. You don't remember a lot about dying. Like, very specifically, Lark has explained that that's a pretty common side effect. He's also explained that it's partly why you guys can come back not like a zombie. Is like not experiencing and knowing a lot about your death makes it easier for your soul to stay intact. As it is, when you come back, it's not like eating this now will like make you a zombie.
Right.
I just mean when someone dies, and then if they're wrenched back with all of the feelings and emotions that they had when they died, that fucks up your soul a bit. So you eat this, and it is not exaggeration to say that it is like the worst feeling that Renestier's probably ever felt in his life. It's awful. You're terrified and in so much pain immediately. Roll a will save.
Okay. I'm going to use...
Reggie would have slowly started walking over.
Okay.
I mean...
I do use my...
Do I see Raiji
reaction
walking over?
for Divine Grace.
You cannot, is not a spell.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you guys can reroll a perception check now that Raiji has been...
22.
20.
22. Yeah, you see Raiji, and then now you clock. I'm not going to tell you how Renestier would respond, but I assume, like, how do you physically react to
I would
this?
say like all of my muscles are tensing up,
Okay.
and like I'm like
Yeah.
instinctually shield out, but probably the most like feeble looking I have been with it, just sort of like cowering behind it.
It's like when Eamon holds his shield.
Yeah.
I mean, you
No,
literally
I know how
just
Eamon
normally.
feels.
yeah.
So weak and small.
You described multiple times. I cower behind my shield.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You got a 6,
9.
9. Unconscious.
I'd probably.
Everything
jog
goes
over.
black.
Does Seinu look concerned?
As he falls, Seinu like motions with his hand up a bit, and the plants grow to like cushion his fall, so he doesn't just go like head first on the ground.
Does he seem calm about it?
Yeah, he doesn't seem worried in any way. He
Okay.
doesn't seem like panicked.
I just have like the pipe of whatever they
but
gave
you-
me, and I start walking.
You guys
that way
get
as well.
there.
Yeah, I just get there. I've got a basket probably full of the regular fruit now.
Oh yeah,
Just kind of eating them
yeah.
as I go. What happened?
He ate a fruit of one of ours that met a horrible demise.
Is that going to affect him at all?
It
The
shouldn't.
fruit met a horrible demise? Well, yeah, he got eaten.
No,
He
it should not. No. Although I will be honest,
It's the worst fate for a fruit.
normally half vampires don't eat them. But I feel confident it shouldn't be an issue. It's just, my knowledge on those things are lesser than... He points to a basket with the answers fruits of these. As he Would you like? He like motions with his hand so that the grass can like carry him somewhere.
I'll just point by Sonny.
Okay, yeah. He motions with his hand and the grass like waves, just like moves him over to Sonny. As he gets there, Sonny's like, "Oh, this guy's fucking off his rocker, dude."
He's still just like death gripping my shield, even unconscious.
How long is he going to be like that?
Because you wake up shortly.
Okay. I just look kind of concerned and then just kind of like walk away. I'm going to go find a little corner, just kind of sit and observe.
And he's
I would
great.
go over to you. I would follow you to the corner.
That's
Okay.
fine. I offer you some. I say, do you smoke?
No.
Okay.
Have you been? They
To each
have
his own.
like basically viscous alcohol. I know you drink. You've been partaking in that at all?
No.
Just more of a flavor question. Word.
So is Raiji, as he's just
he's too
pounding
tired.
back these fruits, his face is just like forced smile, like sad face.
I think I'm on to regular fruit.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
Once that came around, I was like, okay,
Oh.
this makes
Yeah.
more sense.
I
don't
see him
lose
with the
my
basket and
senses
I
and I
don't
get
know
to
that.
Yeah. Do you go back with Sonny?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, literally, not more than 5 minutes go by and you wake up, Rennister.
It's like it literally like the
Yeah.
sort of like
Yeah, all of those emotions have faded like in the moment. Obviously, you remember them very vividly, but like you are no longer in that
Right,
state,
yeah, I figured.
and there's no lasting effects.
Welcome back to the land of the living.
That is not a. I don't.
sticks and stones may break my bones, but emotional damage will scar me for years.
I mean, mechanically,
Oh, gotcha.
you have no effects.
I'll kind of walk over as well.
I'm just
where-
like clutching at my head a little bit.
You okay?
I don't know. Physically, I feel fine.
Did you ask for that, or is that just one you picked up?
I asked for it.
Why?
Consider it a personal curiosity.
Okay.
I
Did
don't
you-
remember much from my death, but
Do you
something
want to?
like that is inescapable. That
Sonny looks down at you. He goes, "You fucking died."
I got better.
Okay. I don't know what that means.
So, do you want to know? Do you want to remember what it felt like?
In a way, it is partially selfish, partially professional curiosity. If I deal so much with things that are back from the grave, it's best to take it from every angle. But at the same time, I can't deny that being accustomed again to what was ultimately the thing that set my life on a different path is something very near to me.
Okay. Yeah, I support that 100%. Just be careful. I mean, messing with, you don't have to hear it from me, I guess, but messing with death and the emotions around it, I imagine, is not a very stable thing. Obviously, it was safe today as far as your body goes. Seinu seemed really relaxed about it and like it was safe, but
That's the only reason I decided to put myself through that is I had with how Senu described it to me, a pretty solid indicator that no harm would actually come to me. But in that regard, I felt I couldn't pass up the opportunity to test this limit without actually pushing myself to the point I was previously.
yeah, that makes sense. While we're, Jack, everyone's here, right? Like the whole party's in the spot.
I believe so. Phosphorus, you were still hanging out with Sonny, and then you came over specifically.
I just sort of like
Yeah.
take a puff from my pipe and kind of like think for a second. I'm like, so are we done here?
Yeah, I was going to ask, what are we doing next?
Because do we know out of game? Do we know if they've taken in like the unicorn and like that was like the whole reason
That
we
was
had
the
to
deal,
do it, right?
yeah.
I guess I would ask Sonny too. I guess because he might know. No, he just transported.
I don't know if Sonny's in a state to know right now.
That's true.
Yeah.
He hasn't been since he got
I
here.
don't know.
He goes, "What's a unicorn?"
Unicorns are real. What? what?
No, he's like, I've seen a lot of those recently.
Yeah. I mean, it would have probably come up in the downtime, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, once Fleta got to the lake, she's been there since then. Dayrune's checked in on her a couple times, and she's grown accustomed. She no longer... You guys would have noticed this more while you were traveling with her, but she had symptoms that seemed like, to you guys, would be like someone with a fever would get, like hot flashes and like issue sleeping and just like uncomfortableness sometimes. She clearly wasn't at full health. All of that, from what the Seinu tells you, has gone now that she's in an area that nourishes her with primal magic, but specifically Fey magic.
Have any of you heard if they want us to stick around to try to find out what's been happening, or is that something they're going to kind of keep in-house?
To talk to Senu about that. I do wonder, with recent events, if this problem was because of us, if it followed us here, or if it was pre-existing.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy to help either way. I hadn't really heard if that was going to be something that they just continued to go off of on their own. Like I said, because they haven't quite, let us all the way in as far as things they could possibly be after or all of that. It seems like they play it pretty close to the chest.
There was a third location on that map, wasn't there?
2 trees?
Yep, 2 really tall trees. That was the furthest away.
Yeah, we could always go to that third location. Check it out.
One of you's been there.
Do we notice Raiji kind of recognizing that?
I mean, I don't know. It's kind of up to John if Raiji knows.
Oh,
I didn't say anything immediately because I don't know if Raiji would.
Yeah, that's
care
why I
enough
wasn't saying.
Yeah.
okay.
Because you didn't really look at the map much. You just are aware that there's 2 tall trees, and you were literally fighting for 3 days. You weren't really like, oh, these are 2 big trees. I mean, I know it described it like that, but I also agree that I don't think Raiji would immediately be like, oh, not that you're dumb. You're just like, who cares? You were fighting a fucking dragon.
He's definitely spacing off right now, just like shadow boxing in his mind.
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then I'd...
twitching.
I mean, you guys have other things. You can flag down Seinu.
Yeah,
again.
I would look for him again.
Just
Hey
gonna flag
guys,
down
I'm
the-
going to go
over.
to bed.
Okay.
I've been fighting for 3 days.
What were
Do
you
I notice
fighting?
now that the coffee's worn off?
I mean, the coffee wore off after
Yeah.
10
Hours
minutes.
ago.
Well, yeah, but I was also high and then also was dead.
That's true. Yeah.
It's high and dead.
Yeah, you look like shit. Yeah, you should probably get some sleep.
What did you fight? Did you fight her for 3 days?
No, it was a dragon.
Wait, where? There's a dragon?
Teleported somewhere. A couple really big trees.
Does Eamon know if dragons
well,
are real?
Like 2 big trees?
Yes.
And they are.
Yeah, they're real
Yeah.
for one reason. Dragons are obviously very powerful creatures. They come up in the history of basically anything that you know that they are for fact a real thing.
They exist now.
Yes, 100%.
Was it
A dragon.
good
What?
dragon?
Yeah.
Well, you were fighting it.
Were
so
you
I wasn't
fighting it,
sure.
Wrong
sparring
campaign.
it?
Oh,
Like-
we were just fighting, sparring.
Okay. So, like, you didn't get, like, attacked by a dragon that was trying
No,
to
it
kill
was
you.
for fun.
Oh,
What did you learn?
that tracks.
Did it teach you anything cool?
Well, I learned how to fight better.
Did you beat them?
No,
Oh,
I did scuff him though.
that's what
That-
you can hope for with a dragon. I'd imagine.
That's impressive. Shit.
He might be as strong as Joe.
It's pretty strong. Okay,
I've
so,
never fought a dragon.
Anyway,
Yeah, you
But-
go have some sleep and
You flag down Seinu
yeah.
at some point. He comes over. Yes. How do you feel?
Uh,
Was it what you... Did you... I don't know what you hoped to gain, but...
I'm not quite sure
you-
either. Unfortunately, I would say I'm not too unfamiliar with what I experienced. Though there's one thing to be forced through that door, and it's another to choose to walk through it. But it's a... I don't know how to feel about it right now, but I appreciate you giving me that opportunity. But I have approached you for a different reason. Clearly, Eamon has completed the trial that you set before him.
Yes.
Is
As you guys are talking about this, Sunny, who has passed out by now, goes, "Oh yeah, I gotta fucking pay you guys, huh?
ideally, yes.
Oh, I
Yep.
don't have my money." And
Is
then
it-
he conks back out.
It's,
I forgot
it's
that.
impressive that he woke up like that. He partook a lot.
Yes.
He's
Sorry.
so small, too.
Pardon the interruption.
That not your fault. So clearly, the immediate task at hand is completed, but obviously there is something nefarious about. I'm not quite certain if we brought that with us or if it was just naturally coming to prod at your city. Seems as though if your books were involved, it might be the latter.
I remain cautious, but I feel confident that would there have been more, Imelge would have tasked you with that on her task. I do not see why she would ask you to fix half of a problem for her, if that makes sense.
Certainly.
We've just learned things about, someone pulling the strings that is still out there.
Yes.
And we were discussing that if you guys wanted to just handle that more in-house with your people as it comes, then I can't speak for my friends, but we may be on our way. I don't wish to intrude
I'm certainly where
too
I'm.
long.
I only stay where I feel that I am needed. And do you need our assistance any longer?
I think you might be needed in Kwoi more than here.
It certainly would seem that way.
I am not certain. As I've stated, I know very little about outside affairs, but I believe we will be fine.
Do we ever show them the map?
Yeah, I mean, you showed him everything, I think.
Never mind then.
Did we
Do you
ever
bring up the trees?
I mean,
I
I feel like he would know about that location.
I would just say, hey,
I mean, yeah, but you guys, all you've got clarified is that Raiji was there and fought a dragon? That's not a lot of clarification.
Do you know of a location with 2 trees that's pretty far away from here?
dragon.
Yes, Daerun took Raiji there.
Well, we found that map, right?
Yeah, the map we showed you had the location.
Yes.
I just want to make sure that's
I warned Dilo.
Dilo.
He is the watcher of the gate.
Okay.
I think the only through line that I've learned from this is this mysterious hooded figure that sent the boggarts this way. I believe we ran into him at Koi as well, perhaps.
Really? Well,
There were some strange happenings at a crypt that I can't explain, but I do know that we potentially saw someone fleeing the scene. That it's hard to completely say that 2 hooded figures that I did not find any real identifying features outside of humanoid.
I mean, to clarify, you didn't see anyone there.
Didn't we see like
I was
You
at the top
saw-
waiting, and I saw what looked like a place where someone
Yeah.
escaped through, but
Oh.
I didn't like see any
Yes.
coattails or see
You
any
have
cloak
seen
or
a
anything.
hooded figure in the vision you saw in Boonpa at the end, where you got Naren's tear.
Yes,
And the boggart mentioned a hooded figure, but you did not see any
Oh.
humanoid at all or anything like that. You just saw the aftermath of what would probably have been a humanoid based on the tracks and the way they moved.
Think about it now. I've seen the writing on the piece of paper, right? And I saw the writing on the inside of the coffin. I know it's 2 different.
Writing on a piece of paper.
Well, like the sigil,
The
on the piece,
sigils.
sigil on the piece of paper, and there's sigil on the inside of the coffin.
There's sigils on the pieces of paper with the blood. Is that what we're
Yes.
talking about?
yes.
And there's sigils on the inside of the coffin.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any way I could try to identify if that's like the same person's by like handwriting or carving? I guess.
Yeah. Why don't you? It would be a religion check because you know that the stuff on the coffins was divine magic.
I understand. Is there any way I can identify it through the carving itself and not what they mean?
As I see, would you do anything
Like-
to
like-
let me see
Yeah,
you do this?
I'll-
I might be able to help a lot.
I'm trying to like.
I'll let you
identify by
roll.
handwriting.
I'll let you roll crafting, but it will definitely be a harder DC than if you just rolled religion.
Did you write down the carving from the? I would imagine you would have the coffin. Did you?
I never said I did, but I'm going off of memory.
Yeah, because he's going from handwriting, so
Big
him
brain.
writing it down wouldn't.
Big brain.
So as I see Phosphorus like trying to recall something, I say, hey, if you're trying to remember something, having a hard time, if you're okay, I can make it so that we can all use our collective input.
Well, one person can.
Up to 3 willing creatures.
You can do up to 2.
Oh.
It's a heightened +1.
So
So
here it
every.
says targets 3 willing creatures.
Oh, you were correct because it's a. Oh yeah. So yeah, 3 people. One of them is the main one. I'm sorry. I'm thinking not in terms of one of the main ones. Yeah. So 1 person, then 2 other people. I'm sorry. Yes, you were correct. I'm dumb. That's my bad.
Are you okay with that?
Fine.
I go over and you see this like magic haze come around my hand, and I put my thumb on Phosphorus's forehead, and then I go over to Renisteer and do the same, and then I go to Seinu and I nod towards him. Is this okay?
Sure.
Touch his head as well.
Okay.
So that's a cantrip called Join Pass, where it says, with touches to the target's foreheads, you can bring them into mental communication. The targets can share thoughts and experiences, but not words. When one target attempts to recall knowledge, the other can aid the first target's skill check using any lore skill, even if that lore wouldn't normally apply, without having made any preparations to aid.
Yeah, so you can roll any of your lore skills. It literally doesn't matter at all because they're all the same.
Necromancy.
All of your lore skills are always going to be the same because they auto level up. And then I'll roll for... So you don't roll yet because you might get bonuses.
Okay.
What'd you get?
10.
Okay, you get a +1 from Seinu.
Okay. So roll the +10.
Useful.
That's a 10. So +10 is
20. You are not 100% sure. You are confident that this is probably the same kind of magic, but you don't feel confident saying that it's from the exact same person.
Got it.
Or like source.
Okay.
But it definitely seems similar.
All right.
For sure.
And the magic does seem similar.
Well, if that is the case, then obviously without 100% confidence, I can't say it is the same person, but it does seem that these strange happenings from a magic origin are at least seemingly coming from one source, this hooded man. And I don't know if we brought him, but if he should reappear, I think it goes without saying to practice extreme caution with this individual.
He nods.
We also have, back at the assembly, Yinhi and Tajima were working on something big. I think it might have had to do with the woodmen or the bandits. I'm not quite sure, but I mean, it's been what, a month and a half?
It's
Month and a
been
week?
about a month. So it took you 28 days to get here. And then since then, it has, I think, been... I have it actually correct on the calendar, but I think it's been around like 6 days since then.
Okay.
So you've been gone like a month and a couple days.
Okay.
Because a month's 30 days.
Well, it's been over a month, and I would like to see if they've made any progress. Maybe if Kubo's been around, or if it would just be
Certainly.
nice to go back and see.
One last thing I would ask, though. I believe I've asked you before, Senu, but I would just like to ask again. Assuming that this person at this crypt is the same as the one who created these creatures here, the event that happened at the crypt involved some undead that had ash-like visages. Does any of that sound like any abilities or magical power that you've heard of or seen of?
No. It does not sound like primal magic. And unfortunately, because it does not sound like that, I do not know much.
Thought that I would still ask. Maybe
You've run into this less, Ernestir, but Phosphorus ran into it when he helped them identify the slips and just like work on that stuff. Because they're so closed off, they really don't know a lot about anything outside of their realms of expertise, so to speak. So
thought I would still
no
check.
clue.
It
Yeah.
seems as though that Kwoi and the Magic Assembly may have more answers, but I do appreciate your hospitality.
Yes, thank you. Is there any chance of us hearing from MLJ again, or MLJ interacting with our lives any more than she already has?
Emilje is not just here in these woods. She's in every place of nature. So possibly, yes. That leads me into another thing. If you so wish, Eamon, you can speak with her. You have completed the trial. She does not speak in conventional means. It will not be a conversation, so to speak. But it will be something.
I check my little satchel and see if my journal's in there. I'm like, yeah.
So yeah, the night winds down. Anything you guys would like to do other than saying who's going to take you to MLJ?
Is there music or dance of any kind with these folks?
Yes, some, yeah. It's not like the main focus, but there is. They play a lot of flutes and woodwind instruments, because those are things that are easier to make without metal.
I'd probably also go to bed pretty early.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd follow. I'd see the dancing and revelry, and just me and Phosphorus like running up.
Yeah, I'm only 7. I don't do that shit.
I went back to the tree and I didn't have anybody to let me in, so I'm just asleep outside.
Okay, yeah. So they get, like, Dayrun comes back with those two. And if you guys would, I assume, wake Raiji up to, like, let him inside.
Wait, as we're walking up, though, I'm like, wait, you turned 7.
Yeah, it's my birthday like 2 days ago.
You didn't mention anything.
No, what's the point? It's just one day closer to my time. I only have a short amount of time to fix the issue that I need to.
Well, we should definitely get on that. But yeah, my birthday happened while we were traveling here, so.
Does Eamon hear this at all? No,
No,
he wouldn't.
you're going to
Yeah,
MLJ,
We're
so
just,
you're not
we're just
around.
walking back.
And
there.
Raiji's just groggy. He just woke up to go
If Eamon
inside.
did, he'd feel like such a bad friend.
They didn't wake me up yet, so
Well, that's true. They walk past you, Dayrun.
they could. I don't know.
Probably.
You know, I have a similar feeling, but not in the same way, that birthdays just don't matter when you died. Very strange. Anyway, I'm tired.
That's how you know you're tired, when you start getting sad about your birthday.
More of existential. I did just feel death again.
Now that you're closer to my third death.
So as Seinu walks with you, Eamon,
Yeah.
he says, your magic is similar to mine in that it is primal, yes, but from what I understand, where I draw my magic from Emelge directly, your source of magic comes from within you. It is contained, but that source of magic has a connection to Emelge. I don't know what it is, not in a literal sense. You are not connected to her in the way that I am, but the magic you hold shares a similarity, something like that.
Okay.
Emelge opens up as you walk in. He doesn't go in with you. He says, go in, sit down in the middle, speak your mind in your mind.
I pretend to know what that means, and I walk in and bring the staff with me and just kind of set it on the ground and just kind of sit cross-legged and look around. And I attempt to speak in my mind.
Okay. What do you speak in your mind?
That's a good question. First, it would just be seeing if she was, Eamon's not even like a praying man.
Mm-hmm.
So just trying to see what that even would feel like if she would answer at all. So mostly just like hello.
Okay. You do that, and there's just like a faint smell of cherry blossoms.
You hit a Melj with the U up.
You phone who dis?
What you doing? Is that you?
Smell just lingers.
I'm saying this in my head, so it's probably not as clear, like not the perfect words, but do you know where my magic comes from?
Your eyelids get heavy. Are your eyes closed?
Yeah, they would be.
Okay. They don't get heavy.
They get
She
heavier.
doesn't need to imply that you need to close your eyes.
Knees weak.
Your eyes are closed. I guess your eyelids still get heavy so that it incentivizes that you don't open them. And you
Sealed shut.
see, you just begin almost like you're dreaming, where it's hard to, it like feels real, but it's not. Or it feels like semi-real, like you're both aware and not aware that it's fake. It's very dreamlike. And you just see a scape of a forest very similar to the one that you've been traveling in while you've been with the elves. And there's just a single, looks like a butterfly with these blue wings. And there is white pattern on it that is roughly similar to lightning. It actually looks probably more like what happens when lightning hits somebody, as I've described that sometimes. And it just floats through. That's what you see.
Why me?
It continues to fly through. Eventually you see it pass what looks like a cocoon on a tree that it had left. Just a basic white cocoon. This is still the size of a butterfly.
Can you see glimpses into what the future holds? Not for me, just
Smell of cherry blossoms comes again, strong.
what does the future hold for my friends and
The
I?
butterfly continues to fly. And a quick gust of wind almost appears to blow it off course for a bit, but corrects. But as it corrects, you see it kind of move. This whole time you've kind of been following it from a third person. You see it move kind of behind a tree, and as it would come out the other side, there's nothing there. And for a second, you just continue following nothing. And then there you hear a loud crack of thunder. And a massive reptilian claw kind of just like drops down, and you begin to follow a very similar, all of the scales have the exact same pattern of the butterfly. It's just like in each individual scale of that like blue with the white, what looks like. And now you're following a massive dragon, a more conventional fantasy dragon, the 2 legs,
Yeah.
2 feet, wings, as it also just walks through the forest, but this time dwarfing most of the trees. And you pull out a bit and you follow it.
As I'm just kind of like following in my mind, I again ask the question of, are your people in danger?
I find lavender calming a smell. I don't know if you do,
I would count it.
but some
Eamon likes
calming
lavender.
smell, and like comes by you, and you feel a very real sense of calm.
I don't say anything in my mind, but I just kind of look around, like this setting in my mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't really say anything, but I look to see if I would see Kubo in his form or in his fox form.
Okay.
Or just like sort of keeping that image in my mind, bringing it up and trying to keep it center in my mind.
Okay. It never forms.
Okay.
As you're watching, you start to get further and further away, like the vision is fading.
As this is fading, I would just say, what waits for us in Kwoi?
As the vision fully fades, there is a breeze kind of sweeps through the room. One of those where like you open a door on a windy day and it kind of very aggressively blows through you. And that's
Okay.
all you get.
And I kind of snap out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I just look around, grab the staff and kind of use it to like help me stand
Prop
back
yourself
up.
up.
Just say, thank you. Can I expect to hear from you again? I just kind of look around the room saying this out loud with my eyes open.
Mm-hmm. No response.
I go to where the door was.
Yeah,
just
it
kinda,
opens
like,
up.
Tap on it with a
Yeah.
staff.
It opens up. Saying who's there.
It worked. Not that I doubted it, but it. I sort of like relay the images, not everything as far as like all my questions and
Yeah. But give him the
what
rundown.
I heard and such, but mostly what the butterflies looked like, and then how they looked on the dragon. So just like saw this dragonoid figure, this large bluish dragon towering over the trees, and I followed it, and it seemed to lead me to various, I wouldn't say answers, but suggestions of answers to my questions. Have you ever seen anything like this while you speak with her?
No.
If you do speak to her in this way?
As, but since I have a connection, it is very different. So,
Yeah.
what do you think that means?
I don't know. I just want to make sure that everyone and everything ends up okay. Including your people, including my friends, including the people we met in Kwoi. It's a lot to feel like you can do something for, but you can't do something for all of them. You can't do everything for any of them.
If I've learned anything in being a keeper, It is that we can never stop every danger, and we can never save every person. But what we can do is try to. And I think you even voicing that is what you wish is a good step.
I would look visibly angry and frustrated,
Okay.
and like nod along as if I had I understand the words he's saying. I don't like them.
Yeah.
And then my grip just sort of tightens on the staff. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
You and your companions, do you wish to leave tomorrow? Maybe that's something you talk to them about.
Yeah,
And
I
get
would have
back
to
to
see
me.
what they want to do. I could.
He holds his staff and taps him out, Jaydoon, but he says, I can expedite your travel.
Oh, yeah, that would be great. I'll have to ask them and see. I'm sure we're all anxious to get back, but as I look around, it's always when you're about to leave when you realize you kind of want to stay a little longer. So, yeah, I'll miss this place though.
Well,
Will we ever be allowed back?
yes,
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
of course. You guys walk back to the tree. You both see Raiji sleeping.
just like against
outside.
the.
Yep. And he, as it opens, he saying motions with his staff, and the tree life carries him into the room and deposits him in the middle of the room where he has been sleeping, not on a bed.
Yeah, Eamon could not have carried him. So
Yeah. And so, yeah, you were up there.
Oh,
They're
there's Raiji.
Yeah. we were looking for
are
him.
they all sleeping or are they?
I'm
be-
currently setting up my defensive lair.
Yeah, I'd be polishing my armor and clearly getting ready to travel.
Okay, yeah. Seinu nods and then leaves. Leaves you guys to it.
As he leaves, just say, I was just speaking with Seinu. I know Raiji can't really put in a vote right now, but
I'll vote for him.
were all of you hoping to leave as soon as tomorrow? He said he could expedite our travels a bit.
I think that'd make the most sense.
Well, if they don't need us further, I see no reason to delay. I don't know what Sonny's going to do.
Pass.
I don't know if he's going to leave.
I don't know if Sonny's going to go back to Koi.
I think he will. He's a merchant at heart.
He's a traveler.
I don't know. This
I'm
trip
not
might
saying
have
he would
changed
stay here.
things.
He's probably been all over the world, I imagine.
Well, I'm sure he's picked up some supplies from here he intends to sell.
What's true?
I don't want to
You
know.
know,
Before we
fruit,
leave, I would like to
arrows.
try.
things like that.
I'd like to try to find something to take from here that's not valuable. That's not ancestor fruit. That's not
Senu, you smug one.
something to give to Yinhee that could possibly give her a little.
Yeah,
little
I mean,
thing from home.
there's
like a flower. Or
Yeah, I mean, there's an abundance of wildlife anywhere. Literally name any sort of plant and you can find one and
Should I
to the
just
gift
get
shop.
just get a bright orange flower and
Yeah.
just sort of flatten it in my journal
Mhm.
and just kind of keep it
Just now found the elf gift shop.
Roll perception, Renestier.
souvenirs the whole time.
Did you guys all go to bed?
With all my traps surrounding my bunk.
I'm rolling like dog. 10.
Okay. Whoever wakes up first in the morning sees Renestier or Sunny spooning Renestier. Your best assumption is that at some point in the night, Sunny fell asleep in Renestier's pack, woke up in here without Renestier noticing, and cuddled him the entire night, also sleeping.
Who wakes up first?
Raiji. He
Yeah.
went to bed first and
Yeah.
always.
Yeah,
I
so you
think
wake up
just
and
by
see that?
default
That's
he
fair.
gets
Uh-huh.
up first.
Yeah, you see that?
His push up and crunches alarm goes off at 5.
Yeah, I just see it
Mm-hmm.
and then I start
So
working
harmless.
out.
So who gets
and
up
stretching.
second?
Whoever wants to. You can all three wake up around a similar time. Raiji really is the
Oh,
only
so
one that has a
should we
reason
roll?
to wake up early.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean,
does
if you're
it-
planning
it-
on doing anything.
Yeah,
1 to
go
2,
for
you
it.
wake up. 3 to 4, I wake up.
Well, okay.
Well, I also can wake up.
Yeah.
That's true.
Roll a d6.
No, you don't wake
1 to
up.
2, 3 to 4, and then he's 5 to 6.
1.
Okay, so you wake up.
All right. I wake up, look over, oh fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I will walk over
Mm-hmm.
to Sunny and do that thing where I cup his mouth and then just hold my finger up
Mm-hmm.
to see, just to wake him up.
Yeah, he wakes up completely unbothered. He's just groggy. He looks at you.
And I will
He just kind of stretches and looks around. He just rolls off the bed, light as a pedal, because he's a flower boy.
I'll go back to my bunk.
Okay. He looks at you doing push-ups on your
980.
hands.
981.
Yeah, you guys wake up. Sonny's in the room with you.
Sonny.
My armor feels weird.
Fuck.
My armor's grass stained.
I point to him and I'm just like, good
What is
morning.
this weird
Good
sap?
morning.
How'd you get in here?
I don't know. I think I was in Renisir's pack. I fell asleep.
Oh.
You are a lizard.
You
And you're
are
not-
very astute.
You're not very warm.
What does that mean?
He was spooning you.
Yeah, I slept with you. I got cold in there
And
when you
1,000.
were cold.
1,000?
Never.
Really?
I like.
That's a quick
My
20.
face just goes from like confusion to kind of like quiet anger. I'm like,
Mhm.
never do that again.
Do sleep with you?
No,
Why?
I don't like to be touched,
Okay.
especially by a druggie.
I see why.
Eamon gets down and does 17 push-ups.
He says, I see why
And then-
Phosphorus woke me up and told me to get off you.
It's not just my blood.
You're
that's cold.
improving.
Yeah, I know.
You only did 15 yesterday.
Yeah. I think if I slowly build,
You also
So
do
was-
by
this
the time
from
we get
your
back to
knees,
Koi, I
but-
can get to maybe 25.
Yeah.
So you guys did your thing. What are we doing now?
We're
Sonny
going
says?
home. Home as in
Nah,
Koi.
let's go.
Are you wanting to go to Koi?
Yeah, I live in Wakuzana. So I
Oh,
gotta-
do they serve meat in Koi?
Yes.
I miss meat.
Me too, honestly.
Oh, God,
It's
yes.
comforting.
I take like 3 steps away from him.
Those berries were the closest thing, and they got me high off my ass.
Sonny takes 3 steps closer. He's like, I'm all plant. You fool.
Doesn't mean I won't eat plants.
Do you have your
Uh,
your
Is he
steed
technically
with
vegan
you?
if it's sentient?
I can go get him.
As long as it's not.
I'm gonna be
meat
honest
related,
though. What are we looking? How are we? We got a plan? Are we going
First plan is to
again?
get paid, my friend.
Well, yeah, my stuff's back there. We talked about this.
If you try to slip away, I will find you.
Look, I'm a drug dealer. It doesn't mean I'm like a charlatan.
I'm sorry, you're what?
I'm a drug dealer. It doesn't mean I'm like a charlatan.
I'm like completely just face.
I just
palming.
like get really close to him, and I was like, "So you lied to me."
You know, dealing drugs is like legal in Wakuzana and Koi, right? Like there's drugs that are legal. Like it's not illegal.
Yeah, like a pharmacist.
Yeah, the term you're looking for is
Yeah.
pharmacist, not
Why
drug dealer.
did you hide
Raiji just
it?
knows of pharmacists.
I didn't hide it.
I
Did
asked
you-
you. I
if
asked
what?
you if you dealt drugs.
Oh yeah, I mean, look, dude. If you saw yourself and you walked up to somebody and said, "Do you do drugs?" Do you think you would say yes?
I told
I
you.
mean,
you're
yeah,
not a
you
welcoming
would. But
person.
you cut an image, you know.
I have a sunny disposition.
That
He
don't ever
smiles.
take my name in vain. Look, we'll call it even.
For what?
He starts to walk out and he can't.
No,
It doesn't open.
I was pulling back. I was like, "For what?"
I don't know. It doesn't matter. I don't have any with me if that's what you care for.
No, I don't.
No, I
do
mean
so.
like not. It was if you wanted some, just like you're not traveling with
How
someone
do
who
you-
has drugs.
Okay. Let's. I'm going to forget this conversation because it's annoying me. But what? How are you planning on paying us?
I have money back in Koi.
That's all I
I
need to
put
hear.
it in storage because I didn't want to lug a bunch of gold around in
Can
the
I-
middle of the woods.
Can I roll insight?
Yeah, anybody can.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Just-
no, I'd absolutely-
just to
sorry,
clarify.
I got to do it correctly. Can I do a vibe check?
Yeah, just to clarify, he has said this multiple times. He said that when you first were hired as well.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
he
we have
did.
also met Sunny more.
I know. I'm just saying this isn't like a new development.
+1 circumstance bonus.
17.
What would
Are
it
you
be?
vibe checking, Reggie? He's not paying you, so I don't know why you would care.
No, yeah.
God damn.
I don't
And
think I
again,
have money. So,
You don't.
yeah.
But you can get food anywhere in the woods
It's true.
and water. What'd you guys get?
10.
17.
Yeah. I mean, like if it was something he explained beforehand and I was good with, I wouldn't really.
Yeah, I mean, from what you've gone from Sunny, he has drugs, but you don't feel like he would like. He hasn't given you any vibes or reasons that would make you think he's not going to pay you.
That's what I thought. Well, you should get your. What's your beetle's name again? It is a beetle, right?
Snyder, yeah.
Yeah. Nice. Well, as soon as. Are all of you okay to
I've been
head out?
ready since last night.
I'm ready.
I've been ready since day one.
Just pack up my things and grab my staff.
We're finally going home. I don't be ashamed to leave the elf city behind.
I look back longingly and all of you are just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
I'm like sprinting down the stairs.
Yeah.
What's our vibrant culture?
It's
Burn it to the
stupid, then I
ground.
don't like it.
Zainu opens it up for you guys.
Like that American tourist, like, where's the
When
McDonald's?
I use a door, I want it to open for me.
the portions are too small here.
Yeah.
You're not wrong.
Zainu's there waiting for you guys. If you follow me.
All right.
I take one last look at the beautiful,
I don't look back.
vibrant culture of the elves.
I don't look back.
It detonates.
Okay. Zainu leads you to the edge of Balrine. And as I think all of you now have seen, he does the thing where the sigils on him kind of go up his staff and he taps on the tree. Snyder's there with Sunny. Snyder and Sunny are there. And as he's doing this, you guys hear the flutter of wings. And you see Fleta coming over.
The unicorn.
Yes.
Unicorn Pegasus.
Uh-huh. And she comes over and nods as if to greet you guys and begins with her hoof to write in Sylvan on the ground, like Phosphorus told.
I'm going to drink
to
my
do?
comprehension
Okay.
potion.
And Sylvan is a common language.
It is.
And she writes,
So, Raiji, you just
Help
see
me.
this unicorn riding on the ground, and then Phosphorus starts chugging a potion.
Yeah.
Elixir.
well, he's seen
Sorry,
Fleta.
Elixir.
I have seen her once before.
Well, you
'cause
guys
we
not
went-
writing.
brought her to...
I wasn't. Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah, he wasn't there.
part of the crew.
You went
brought her
with
to the
them to
pod.
Balrine. I'm sorry, to Boonpa.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you brought
Oh.
Fleta with you there.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I
Yeah.
saw her one time.
Yeah. I mean, it was a whole day, but yes.
Yeah, but one time.
Yes. Yeah. It reads to you, Phosphorus. Thank you for bringing me here. I have never felt at home until now. If you see the little man, do give him my thanks as well.
P.S. Send help.
I look around for Sunny.
Man, Sunny? The flower? Is Sunny the little man?
She just writes no.
Who is the little man? Neen?
No. She writes.
Do-
Sonny hears you saying the little man. He's like, what'd she say?
She says to tell the little man thanks.
Mm.
Who's the little man?
Ooh, could be anybody.
What race was the little man?
Is it the person who initially wanted Fleta here?
Yeah, he's my boss.
Who is your boss?
Yeah, or told you guys I can't tell you who hired me.
That's fine.
Well, if I ever meet this person that I can't know who it is, I will tell them thank you for you.
And then she writes one last thing. What are your names?
My name is Phosphorus. This is Renisteer. That's Eamon. That's Raiji.
She looks to Sonny and Snyder. He says Sonny.
Sunny Schneider.
Mm-hmm. She bows like the hippogriff in Harry Potter.
Not
would-
having
I
meat
would-
in a long time, I just kind of smell.
I would.
Pegasus.
I bow.
Quickly flies away.
I would do the bow as well.
Yeah.
Just.
Do you stick your tail in the air? Do you have a
Yeah.
tail?
Yeah.
Okay.
She gets
I've
up-
always envisioned you with the tail. I just wanted to make sure I was
She
doing
gets
it right.
up and backs off a bit and then waits for Sainu to do his thing, which he does. Sigils go up his staff and he puts it on the tree. And
We're in Tree Town, right? Not Bamboo.
Yep.
Okay.
And he does say, I won't be going through this time. I'm sorry. I will not be going through this time. So just walk towards the light.
Okay.
All right.
Again, I've already done that.
I knew that was coming.
I go towards
I just
the
go
light.
up and bow to him and then walk through.
Okay.
do
Yeah.
same kind of
The-
a martial bow.
It's much bigger than before because Snyder's going to fit through it. He's a fucking slightly bigger than a horse-sized
What a
stag
big
beetle.
turtle.
And yeah, you guys walk through, and as soon as each of you enter, there's all darkness behind you, and you see a light ahead of you. And as you
I veer to the right.
make your way through, I mean, you can.
No.
Nothing. Your trajectory doesn't change at all.
Welcome to hell,
Um,
kid.
And yeah,
No.
you step out into a much more mundane forest.
And I immediately vomit.
I mean, you can if you
Just
want.
the magic.
It's because it's magic.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure.
It's just so disgusting to you.
He's not even doing it unintentionally. He's shoving his fingers in his throat.
Get it out of my
It's,
system.
How
it's
dense?
just a natural reaction.
How dense is this forest that we're in?
I mean, compared to where you were, incredibly less dense.
Yeah, but
It
like,
is-
are trees close enough to where I could travel through trees?
Probably, but it would be pretty hard to go in a straight line. or like
Okay.
head in one solid
I mean,
direction.
I'd still be faster than them, so I mean, I
yeah,
just
uh-huh.
would do that around there.
Yeah. He immediately climbs a tree.
I just
are you
try to
doing?
figure out where we are.
Yeah, anybody can roll survival to sense which direction you are, or like where you are in relation to things.
A natural 20.
Natural 20.
21.
10 again.
Yeah, so
Natural
all of you
20,
take a look at the
baby.
sun. It's morning for sure. You get a rough sense of directions, and you know that Kwoi, he wouldn't have put you on the other side of Kwoi, so you just need to head north.
I probably wouldn't know that.
You need to head northwest.
I can tell which way northwest is. I have no idea that there's a city there.
Yeah.
If he starts running away, I want to shout to him.
I'm not running away. I'm just climbing a tree and I'm following you guys
And
like
swinging
above.
away.
Okay. Well, you said you're going to be faster than us, so I thought you were going to try to go ahead.
No.
He's
Okay.
keeping pace with you because he's swinging through the trees.
Okay.
Otherwise,
I'm not swinging. I'm just jumping from branch to branch because I don't have to take a stride now.
okay,
I don't know. It just makes
Yeah.
sense.
You
Cool.
just started
Yeah.
like doing like
for sure.
tree parkour, and I'm like, all right, well, we're headed northwest. I looked to Phosphorus.
Let's point in the direction.
All right.
Sonny gets on Snyder.
Really,
Tally-ho!
everything that Raiji does is based off his experiences in the past. So
Can
he
I-
got into a forest. It was difficult terrain on the ground, so
Can I
he
ask
just
about-
went to the trees.
Can I just climb up on Schneider?
I will walk next to him like I did before.
Okay.
I'm going to walk this time as well.
Shield out. Specified.
Shield
Cool.
out.
I mean, you
staff
can't have
out
it
for me
raised
as well.
but
Yeah, just out though.
Do walk with my staff,
yeah.
looking it up and down, admiring the twisted dark bark.
Forward you
Type in
go.
the name.
Eventually, you hit a familiar kind of road, even though it's not used much. It's the road that goes about just a day south of Kwoi,
Yeah, keep on.
and you follow
keep on,
it
keep
towards Kwoi, so
What,
heading north
what
on
time
it.
of day is it?
It is morning.
Still morning.
You left
I didn't
right
know if
morning.
like time is weird in portals or not. Of like,
No, it looked
okay.
like you. It seems as if you traveled. The time it took you to walk through it is exactly how long it took you to.
Okay.
But it was actually 20 years in the future.
Dude, don't spoil the next arc. But yeah, you
The rainforest has gone
walk
dry.
through. It's weird because the eco rainforest before seemed pretty daunting, but it seems pretty mundane now that you've been in the everything's bigger and magical
These
forest.
trees are so short.
Yeah.
Yeah, stupid trees.
And eventually
I like these trees.
someone roll 2 d6s.
Oh, do
I'll
I?
roll one.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'll roll the other.
Tell me what you get.
Teamwork. 3.
I got Yu-Gi-Oh! 1.
Yamu.
4. It's a light rain. So no one has penalties
I'm
except
not
for
used to
Renistere.
these yet. These light rains.
But yeah, eventually what comes into view is the graveyards that are south
Raiji,
of Kwoi.
that's where Renistere was talking about. We ran into some zombie things.
Mm.
You've never been to Kwoi before?
No.
Since it's been a while, the graveyards, there's 6 plots of them along the road. They're quite large and fenced in. Everything from just headstones to family crypts and tombs.
Does it seem like anyone's outside of that crypt? I mean, I know it was over a month ago, but is there anything out of the ordinary in there?
I mean,
As we walk by,
without
just
going
glance.
in, yeah, no, it
Yeah.
just looks
Okay.
pretty normal.
Should we decide what is our task here?
I think we should check in with Econ.
Okay.
I'm hungry.
We can
That's a good priority too. You can
I
pay
also
for
don't have any money.
We will probably have some soon.
You don't have
So-
any money? Sonny looks at you.
No.
Okay, that's weird.
Why is
How do
that
you,
weird?
Like, how do you like get things?
I hunt
What do you hunt with?
my swords.
You hunt animals with your swords?
Mm-hmm.
He's very fast.
I mean, a lot of things are fast too.
I'm faster than most animals.
That's terrifying.
Most animals that I hunt, yeah.
but- Wow. All right.
Well, I'm sure we can find some work in town.
I'm gonna go get your payment.
Want to meet us at the Emperor's Inn?
Yes.
Sounds good.
So he goes. Well, there's guards there at the south gate, and they see you guys approach, and there's like recognition of one of their eyes. And he runs up and he's like, "Hi there, folks.
How are
Good to
things?
see you. How did you took care of the missing kids and the econ
That's
tells
right.
about you? Yeah. How did you everything? I don't really know what you did, but what happened?
Things have been good.
What happened?
Visited some friends outside of town. How have things been here?
Better?
Any woodman bandit problems or?
Woodsmen have been cured to a degree, which is good, but the bandits got a little bit worse. Econ said to send you guys his way if you guys showed up, so
I figured.
he should be at the west gate.
Who's Econ?
He's the
Captain-
leader of the guard
Yep.
here.
Who are you?
My name is Raiji.
Oh, cool.
New traveling companion. We can vouch for him.
Gotcha. Okay, well,
Does this guy look strong?
go on in. Oh, he looks like a pretty bog standard guard. They don't, most of the guards here, when you think fancy guard, I think you think sword and board. A lot of them look more like scouts and have either a pistol or a rifle, leather armor, and they all wear this hooded shawl, almost like poncho thing that has the sigil, which if you don't remember is a basically a shuriken without the middle part, so just the 4 points.
Okay.
But he looks weaker than Renister for sure, and
Yeah.
so I don't think he'd click your radar
Weaker
at all.
than Renister. That's my new.
That's your new minimum.
Well, I mean, he's
Yeah.
always with you, so if like that, you're not going to ask someone to fight that's weaker than Renister, right? 'Cause,
Yeah, exactly.
He's always
That is
by
my
you.
new minimum limit.
Is this a scale like, is he weaker than Raditz? Is he stronger than Raditz?
Yes, exactly.
Is he 4 Raditz?
He is 5 Raditz.
I do like the idea of you quantifying these you fight in
Four
Renisters.
Renisters.
Yeah.
That was about 1.5 Renisters. But yeah,
Yeah, the
What, you
dragon
guys
was
are-
like 1,000
you guys are
Renisters.
back
Oh
in
my
Kwoi.
God.
You guys are back in Kwoi. Obviously, he mentioned Econ asked to see you when you get the chance, but where are you guys headed?
Can we go maybe set our stuff down, get set up at the inn first, then we can go talk to Econ?
I don't have any stuff, but I'll go with you guys.
I'm just like carrying a backpack full of things, and it's like,
Oh, I am carrying spikes for him.
Yeah, I'll pay for your room because you're doing that.
Awesome. Already got a job.
To the Emperor's Inn and Pub.
Okay.
Carrying my extra equipment.
You go to the Emperor's Inn and Pub. It seems just like how you left it.
I just
The
Pay for
dwarven
fire.
man at the bar kind of greets you like you, not really how you greet an old friend, but you know when you
familiar.
frequent somewhere. And yeah.
Regulars.
You guys want to get a room is what you do.
I'll take a week. Yeah.
Same as before, just a single room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone remember how much it cost?
2 gold for a week.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, 2 gold for 10
'cause
days.
10 days.
Listen.
5 days is 1 gold. Yep. So you
I
pay
listened
4
to that
gold
episode
phosphorus,
today.
and then the rest of you pay 1 gold or 2 gold. By the time you get that done, just Sunny walks in, getting basically a look from every single person. It's not very busy because by the time you get here, it's like mid-morning. And he has a sack of gold that's like roughly him sized because 300 gold
Does he have it over his
coins is a
shoulder,
lot.
or is he like just dragging?
He's got it over his shoulder, but he's clearly struggling under the weight of it.
Let me help you, friend.
And he brings it over a table, and he like just throws it on the table. Gets on a chair and then throws it on the table.
Was everything as you expected to find it? In
My
your
s-
storage
my stuff?
unit? Yeah.
Yeah, it
Cool.
was
I'd be nervous leaving something behind for
mint
that long.
condition.
Can I eyeball the bag and see how much money it is?
I mean, yeah, you can open it up.
How much money's in there, man?
After,
Oh, it's 300 gold, 100 for each of you.
After taking a glance, can I?
It looks like 300
Because
gold.
I have an eye for numbers now.
Yeah, it would roughly be 300 gold.
All right, well, let's split it.
All right. Start shoving them into piles.
But yeah, you all get the money.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, but I say yes.
This is money.
Yeah,
Well, I know what money is. I just don't have any.
I'd give Raiji 25 gold.
That's okay.
No, you helped us in this process. You deserve at least something.
Okay.
I hand you 25 gold as well.
I'm looking at you like a kid not sharing his toys. Just like
to who?
to Phosphorus.
Oh,
I looked at
okay.
Phosphorus because we both gave him 25 gold.
I'm paying for his room and everything.
That's fair.
He gives
2
me-
gold
He gives me
compared
2
to
gold.
25. We just gave you over 100
know-
days worth of a room.
I do
I do.
marry you. I do, expect a little less from the rat in generosity.
He also doesn't get as
Prove
much
me
money
wrong?
because he owes a lot to
No, not
Renister,
that.
so-
You keep calling me the rat.
And
I was just kidding. So
It's offensive.
Well, I'm going to go set my stuff in my room. Then we can head up to meet Econ. And then I would like to go to the assembly as well.
Okay, well, I'm
Got a lot to catch up on.
probably headed immediately to Wakuzana, so Sunny.
we
Okay.
might see you there at some point. If
Sure.
plans to return.
Well, you don't know where to find me, but I'm pretty hard to miss, so just
You're very
ask
much so.
around. Yep.
I can probably.
I don't know.
find
You're
you.
pretty short.
Can I roll to see if I know if there is slave trade in Wakuzana?
You don't have to roll. I mean, you literally slave. Well, what do you mean by slave trade?
You know,
Like
slave
the trading of slaves.
Are slaves a
auction
thing?
blocks.
There is no slave auction, but slaves are allowed there.
Yeah, like people can have
They do not
slaves there.
sell slaves, but they are one of the places where you can go if you were on a boat where you were a slave.
It's
They
a
don't
different,
scoff at
different
that.
time. Different time.
Yeah, but like they don't sell
That's now
people or
time.
people
Different
there
time.
themselves. No,
Okay.
so no trading of slaves.
But
it's
there
not
are
like if
slaves
you.
there.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a part of their culture. My culture, not my culture.
I was it's fine. I understand how the world works. It's all good.
I don't.
Prisoners of war and such.
Anyway,
They're called indentured servants. Okay.
I guess I just kind of stand outside of the rooms, wait for everybody to put their stuff in.
You're gonna be
I
like,
mean, I just put my-
stretch and
I
like
just
hang
put
up all my
bag
shirts in
down
a little
and
closet.
Immediately walk out.
Yeah.
Take the Bible out of the end table, put it back in.
The Bible of Amen.
Yeah.
you can put those supplies I gave you in my room.
Oh, okay.
He literally
You
bought
guys
you a
have a
room,
bunch
right?
of wooden like
Yeah,
sticks.
I
in
didn't
it.
have anything to put down. I
You
was
just
like,
like look around. You're like, yeah, sure is a room.
So yeah, you guys unload everything. Guard, you came in, said Econ is at the west gate currently. When you head that way, you see two guards. At the gate, they point you into, if you remember, the little guard shack that's directly left on the inside wall of the west gate. As you enter, there's just a basic, almost reception-esque area, kind of like a kitchen. Econ is just sitting at a table. He looks like he's got a bowl of some sort of food in front of him. If you don't remember, he is a tall human man, pistol tucked into a holster on his hip, bears the cowl that all the guards wear, which is very poncho-esque, draped slightly further over his left shoulder than his right. Got a big rice hat made of much darker material than you've seen before, and a short, well-kept beard in view. His hat is off, though.
Hello, Econ. We have returned from our venture.
I see that.
We met some guards at the south gate, right? That told us to come.
Yes.
You wanted to see us once we were back.
Yeah, you guys have impeccable timing. That's incredible. Who are you, young man?
my name's Raiji.
We met him on the way, well, at the destination of our venture. We can vouch for him. He's a very capable warrior.
Is he strong?
Who?
How many Renisters is he?
Econ?
Econ?
Yes.
I mean, he's strong, yes. I mean, he's no dragon, obviously, that you know of. But he seems very competent in the way he moves. You recognize someone who's used to moving without wasting their movement in any way. Someone who's probably fought a lot of things. So, strong, yes, for sure. To what degree? It'd be hard to tell unless you
Does he look pretty old?
fought. Pretty old, not really. I mean, on the older side, yeah, middle-aged-esque. The younger side of middle-aged, not like in the twilight years,
Seasoned.
but he definitely doesn't look like young and full of life.
I do wish to ask, is there any news about Kubo? Has he been located?
Unfortunately, not.
I was afraid of that, but not
His
unexpected.
mother's
I'm
still in
afraid.
town, though, right?
Teruya's gone back to work at the fields.
Good.
I have somebody stop by every so often, but no sign of Kubo.
And what of the tree men?
If you don't remember, you already talked to some of the guards about the tree men.
Okay, I couldn't remember if we
They're
talked
basically
to
They also
gone.
got- yeah.
I couldn't remember if we talked to Econ or the
yeah.
guards about that.
The woodsmen have basically stopped.
Yeah, I remember. That
Tajima with the compass and a bunch of the scouts
went and wiped them.
went and took care of 4 groups of those, what they call the sentinels, which is those big things, woodmen sentinels.
with a weakness to wind.
In the cocoons, well, the cocoon had a weakness to wind, but because it was the one that was affected by it. But yeah, they took down 4 of those, and the woodsmen have all but stopped. They haven't had. Granted, it's only been like 6 days since they did that, and there hasn't been an attack, so something could happen until then. But it's pretty much taken care of.
You said we had impeccable timing. What did you mean by that?
Yeah. Well, any later, and you might not have been in time. Granted, if you do want to do what I ask of you, I'll just cut to the chase. 7 years ago, one of my good friends in the guard, a man by the name of Bondo. Him and his group took down a were-crocodile that was causing issues around here. Unfortunately, in the process, he was inflicted with lycanthropy. I think that at a game, it's always lycanthropy, even if it's not a werewolf, right?
Yes.
Okay.
believe so.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like,
Isn't a lichen like specifically wolf-like though?
I think
Maybe?
it's
I know in the
all-
monster manual it says lycanthropes, and then all of them are under that section. So
He got it from shooting up some crocodile.
and just put an asterisk next to that lycanthrope when you hear it.
Yeah, I think John's technically right, but we'll go with it now. It's not like econ.
That's all I need.
Knows
to
either
Well,
way.
I might though, because do they count?
It doesn't matter either way.
Okay.
It's not like
Okay.
he said
Actually,
you don't need
I
to
was-
know
yeah.
lycanthropy if you know it's a were-crocodile anyways. But yeah,
Context clues. We figured it out.
he contracted lycanthropy from the were-crocodile. We didn't know it at the time, but luckily I was around the first time he turned, and I was able to subdue him. We spent about 3 months here trying to figure out what was going on. We got it to the point with Dill to where he couldn't spread the curse anymore, but he would still turn at times. He had a few triggers, pretty common ones like blood and such. And one day he just up and left. I guess he felt he was a danger to the peace of this place, and as a guard, he took it upon himself to leave. I spent the next couple of years tracking him down, much to his dismay, I would assume. But I know where he is. I normally go to see him once a year. In my time off, he lives about 12 days southeast to here. What do you know about the situation on the river bandits so far?
I know we killed one of their yes, I believe we killed one of their leaders, co-captains.
They're a pair
Yes.
of brothers, right?
Yeah.
A pair. I don't know.
While you've been gone, they've been a lot more aggressive and a lot more cutthroat, shall you say. They killed 2 guards in their last raid, heavily wounded a couple more. They also got away with a bunch of Sky Shard. And Sky Shard in the hands of people that don't know how to work Sky Shard is very dangerous stuff.
Out of game, that's what powers the guns, the locomotes, all that stuff, right? Okay. Is that what they've been after pretty much the whole time? Have they ever tried to raid anything else? You guys don't have any like big financial institutions or
the
anything,
locomotes take a lot of, they travel, they bring back and forth basically anything you could think of. Food,
goods of any kind.
important, people. They also, you can ride them to get from here to places. So they normally just get where they can get.
And is this linked to the Bondo?
No. What I would like for the 4 of you, I have faith that you 3 would be okay with this, but if you're on board with it, Raiji, I can pay you all, of course. I have a pretty strong belief that the next attack on the locomotives is going to be a big one. And I don't think the guards we sent down with the last one are going to be enough to turn the tide. Bondo has basically every crocodile within a 3-day radius of him under his control. Well, not really under his control. They're more friends. He can speak to him. So he and, if not him, all of those crocodiles in a river defense would be invaluable.
Certainly.
Can he be trusted?
Yes, I trust him with my life. He
So if
trusts
he-
himself far
That's
less
so
than...
cool.
Involuntarily turns, can he still choose to hit or attack certain people and not others?
Would he be able to not turn? That's kind of up to him. I'll be honest, when I go visit him, I don't stay long. He doesn't like company.
What if he just told the crocodiles to help and wasn't here?
Will probably be the course of action. Bondo himself, before he was a lycanthrope, was quite capable. So he would be a great help. But at the end of the day, it is up to him whether he decides to help or not. What I'm more so asking is for you to go get his permission to get help from the crocodiles that do his bidding rather than him. If he wants to be on board, I trust it enough to let you guys make that call to let him be on board with the defense. He would be a valuable asset. I believe that. But I think that's something you'd have to talk to him about.
I think it is also fair to assume that we should probably talk to him as well together, whether or not
Are we
this
up?
would be more of a liability or an assistance.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense.
Are we opposed to just attacking first, though?
I typically like
Attacking
to.
first.
Attacking the bandits first, you mean?
Mhm.
We don't know where they are.
Oh,
South of the city is, I mean, maybe not for you, but for the rest of us, it's pretty treacherous traveling, especially when they have the home.
Not to mention,
Home
I
field
don't
advantage.
like wandering. In
And by
wilderness.
the time we found them, they'd probably be on the train.
This gives us
The
the best
locomote.
opportunity for a
what's a
pre-planned.
locomote?
You
Attack.
would have, yeah, you probably wouldn't have seen them. Locomotes they're basically a big bunch of boat sections connected together and driven along the Wakata River to carry everything from people to goods to supplies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Are there people?
Where are you from?
I'm from the.
Don't look like an elf.
Is it Scarlet Sands? Red Sands?
You're from the Salim Desert.
the Saline Desert.
That's the broad area. The Scarlet Sands, the Crimson Sands
Crimson.
is the specific area you're from within that.
I just got it wrong last time I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Crimson Sands.
Gotcha. You okay? You're okay. He was with the elves, you said?
Yes.
He arrived shortly before we did.
Not
I think
with
like a
them.
day.
Yes. He was a guest much like we were.
You crossed the mountains?
Yep.
Yeah, you should go. You'll be helpful.
Yeah, I want to. Sounds like fun.
How many people are going to be leaving on the train?
Leaving on the train? The train's coming.
No, but
From
how
the
many
dwarves.
people are typically on these locomotes, I believe?
Or do you know if it's going to be people or supplies arriving?
Are you talking about guards like protecting it or
Civilians,
passengers?
passengers, guards?
I don't know the specifics of that. The people I sent down on the last locomotive headed that way do. One of them was he was one of the scouts that went with you guys. Okano, I believe is his name.
Mm-hmm.
We
Name
put
familiar.
him in charge of the defense.
So they're going to hit the train on its way back.
Yep, we have a red zone. Give me 1 second. And he goes into the back room. He's gone for about a minute or two, and he comes back with a map of the Wakata River. And there's a good, what would roughly amount to 8 days of travel on the Wakata River, marked in red. He says this is the red zone. They have only attacked within this area. But the good news is that because of that, it gives you time to get to Bondo and then get to the train. But you'll catch it on the way up. You'll hit, and he points at a spot kind of right before it hits the red zone. You are on a bit of a time crunch. It'll take you, it's not marked, but he looks at the map a bit, and he points to a spot. It'll take you about 12 days to get to where Bondo lives, and then another 3 days to get to the train, the locomote rendezvous. If you were to leave today, you would have 16 days total, so you couldn't dilly-dally, because you already got at least 15 days of travel, not to mention anytime you spend convincing Bondo or anything.
As you said, you are not certain of exactly what would be on this locomotive. Is it common for it to be...
I mean, it's pretty much everything from people to supplies.
Is it...
The locomotes are big, so they'll have all of that.
That is what
It's
I was
the
going to ask.
specifics that
Okay.
I don't know.
Gotcha.
I could look them up, but it would take some time.
Not
and
needed. I just want to be sure if there is any
Yeah.
possible casualties that could take place.
there'll definitely be people. They normally stay away from them because when you're hitting a locomote like that, there's a lot more valuable things to get than a person.
So they don't typically mug the passengers.
No.
Okay.
And it would be just us going because you've
No,
already
there
sent
are
force down there.
Well, yeah, just you guys going to Bondo,
Going to
but
travel,
there are
yes.
about, I forget the exact number again, I could look it up, but I believe roughly 20 to 30 guards on there.
How much? I know this might not seem related, but on average, how much are one of those? In game, I think Eamon would know the name of the lizards they ride, but I forgot.
Striders?
Yes, striders. How much do striders go for? Are there any you could provide that aren't being used, just so travel could maybe go faster and a little less treacherous? Because it seems like time is of the essence.
How much is a strider like is if you wish to purchase? That the 15 days is travel without a strider taken into account. So you'd have a 1 day buffer without him. You could get, if you left soon, you could get there with time for that.
Mostly what I'm asking is, do you have striders you could provide us, or should I buy one? Because if time is of the essence.
You could buy one. I don't have any striders to give you guys.
Okay. I've just seen guards riding them. I wasn't sure if you had.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of them.
Okay.
But I can't remember exactly what they go for at the stables, but it would probably be within your price range. I can pay you all in advance if that makes it easier too. You guys have proved your worth many times before, so I'd feel comfortable doing that, thinking you guys aren't going to run off with the gold.
On the map, does the route he pointed out seem to be like roads, or does it seem to be just like jungle?
So the route he points out is you go east out of the east gate, which if you don't remember, there is basically no roads or anything out there. It's not even a full gate. It's just enough for like someone to get through. And you would basically just loosely be following the river until you hit the area where Bondo lives, where on the map it's marked as the basin, which he could explain is basically an area where it's mostly water. Like you would be swimming if you didn't stick to areas where it's shallower. Okay. So at any point, it's at least a couple feet deep. Most places, it's deep enough that all of you would need to swim to get around.
Is there dense... like how is the tree situation?
It would not be dense enough for you to move along them. It's a lot more swamp-like, where there are a lot. The very high up, there's still a decent amount of foliage, but the trees are far enough apart and they're sparse enough at the bottom that it would be pretty unfeasible to get around going from tree to tree.
I would say I don't want to speak for all of you,
even
but
with like 25-foot long jump.
My ability to travel is not great on ground, especially in a swamp. So maybe just buying a strider would be helpful.
I do think
at least save some exhaustion.
Well, we definitely can talk about this once we leave. We will definitely take at least not the full day, but definitely take the time while we have it to gather supplies before we head out. But I plan on leaving today.
1 second. Answer your question. Basic travel, no. In a specific, like, if you got into a battle, you could probably get around like that if you wanted to. I'll set it up like that. But like on a day-to-day basis, you'll be... It won't be to where
reliable enough.
You would like get up and then they'd have to wait for you to get down if you ran into something. But yeah,
because like even though I'm good at survival, I would imagine like stuff like bog rot is still something I would need to be concerned about.
You can get slicker sap for your shoes. Again, you guys haven't done this yet.
With that, since I don't really wear shoes, but I'm a lizard.
You'd probably be fine. Because your people are kind of like
I also have lizard feet.
I already have slicker sap.
I also don't wear shoes because like I have like clawed feet.
Yeah, but I feel like you're prone to disease though.
Well, yeah, you're
more of a carrier, really.
Well, not prone to disease, but like your people are not from water areas, so for every step of the way except in the basin. If you are either a race that is used to aquatic things like a lizard folk, or there's other ones, but none of you are them, or you have slicker sapped footwear, you would be fine. In the basin, though, you would not, because it's so deep, it doesn't matter. You would still probably be fine because it wouldn't change, but like you're going to be trudging through stuff that's like 3 feet deep of water. It's just going to get in everything anyways.
Do we have to, I think they said at the very beginning, do we not have to reapply slicker sap?
No, it's a one-time thing. It just goes on.
Word.
Granted, I would allow a survival check once you get to the basin to find paths that aren't that deep.
Gotcha.
That would be feasible, but that's the only place that if you don't have that stuff, there's a chance it could happen. Otherwise, obviously, it can happen before if you don't take preemptive measures, but...
So, who was it that helped your friend with the lycanthropy?
People at the assembly.
Okay.
I don't remember who. I could find out if you needed to.
That's fine.
Deal would probably know better than me, though.
Okay.
I would, if it's okay with you, whatever you would pay us. I'm very okay with leaving sometime today too, but if you wanted to split that into 4 parts, I sort of look towards everyone else to make sure it's all right, and then just give me my quarter. I might go try to see if I can get a strider sometime
For
today.
supply purposes, I do agree. If it sounds like it is okay with you to pay in advance.
Sounds good to me. $250 for each of you. 1,000 gold total as a group.
That's a lot of money.
I take
it's
my
the most money I've
Raji.
ever had in my life.
That would be more than...
Actually, before this was the most money I've ever had in my life.
250?
Yeah. Okay. And he just clarifies that this is payment for going to Bondo, whether Bondo gives anything or not, then going to the train and helping with that, then going to the Locomo, if that is okay with everyone.
Okay.
That's what it was.
Sounds good.
But yeah, he goes in the back a bit and then comes back with 250 gold for each of you.
How many people can a strider carry?
1.
How many rats
Even-
can a strider
Even
carry?
with me being smaller, I couldn't fit on someone else's.
Mm-hmm.
It's like riding a llama.
Could you ride on my shoulders?
Yeah, you probably could, because you're small.
All right, so we only need 3 then.
It might be nice to have your own in case mobility's sake comes. 'cause
Yeah, you can
otherwise-
get a small one.
Yeah, I was planning on doing other stuff on the way there.
You could get the runt.
Okay. Yeah, if you don't want one, you can always just ride on mine or something.
We're still in there.
Mhm.
Still-
Yeah. We are just like, while he's passing out money, we're talking about striders.
While you
Well,
guys
what
are
does-
talking,
Is there anything else that we should know before we go about gathering resources?
he writes a note and stamps it and gives it to you. He says, I think Bondo won't be hostile off of the fact that you even know his name. But if it does
true
come up,
name?
just give him this.
I should be able. I should also be able to. Well, we are part of the same kinship. I should be able to at least communicate to the crocodiles around to possibly send a message up that we're on the way.
Gotcha.
Just something innate. I know the language.
Let's go. I gotta get my
I'm gonna go
feet sappy.
Get some supplies, yeah.
Get them sappy and make it
Can-
snappy.
Can you grab the supplies we stored in the room?
yeah.
Thank you.
In the room.
Yeah, the supplies I have to make the extra.
Yeah, I didn't even take them out of
No,
my
I just
inventory.
I looked to Econ. I'm like, hopefully we will return with good news of our endeavor.
I get
But have a good day.
Will you tell Bondo I say hello?
I
And
will
I
do
give
that.
him my well wishes.
Could I go get 9 silver back from the inn since I'm not staying for a week?
Well,
Yeah.
first, before we leave, just outside of Econ's office, I'm gonna assemble the group.
Huddle up, guys.
day by day.
Aven gets ready for the shield wall.
Whose house is this? Our house.
Yeah, I mean, you guys.
You could not have been the
Exit.
junior football coach.
Exit for
All
sure.
right, so we need supplies, and we need possibly to look into if we can purchase any of the striders.
Yeah.
I think we should just split up at this point. Who wants to go look for supplies? Probably Raiji if he needs more slicker sap, or he needs.
Yeah, I've
slicker
never
sap.
had slicker sap.
Yes,
I didn't
we
know
should
that was a thing
we
until
should-
just now.
Get to that for you, certainly.
Roll
And
for disease.
I can go with him if you can handle the striders, or
Sure.
would you prefer to get supplies?
I'm going to the arcane assembly.
Okay.
can speak to them. Why would you not go? You can literally talk to the lizards.
Oh, that's a good point. Voice in my head. Thank you, internal monologue.
I mean, it just like, you know,
Lucy,
it makes sense.
I should
Hey,
see the temperament.
Stop railroading us,
Yeah.
all right?
Well, I mean, like,
Renister, who are you
it's
talking to?
Such a cooler interaction if you can literally be like, before you buy them, like, hey, what's your name? You know what I mean? Instead of you.
Who have you been talking to this
Stop
entire
on
time?
river locomoting us. I will. Yeah, I'll go to the lizards. I think it
I
is
guess
best
I'll go to the
if
lizards.
I check the temperament of the companions we shall have.
Can you get me the best one?
Certainly.
Are we going to do the money stuff?
I want him to be
not
my friend.
What month?
All
Well, we
right.
can check for it first. I don't think
Okay.
he wants. Phosphorus needs one.
Okay.
He wants one. I'm assuming. Well, you want one.
Yeah, I would take one.
I want to race him.
That
You might
a
be
return-
faster than a
that-
strider.
That might be a return trip. Oh, you mean on foot? Okay, that works. Oh yes. Okay. Well, arcane assembly, striders, and then you want to go get supplies.
Yeah, I'm going to try to buy some. Well, at the rate we're traveling, I only have. I could use some more medical supplies. I could use some more food.
You don't have to
a good
worry
point.
about food.
We're traveling for 16 days.
I can get us food.
How?
I can hunt and I'm good with berries.
I don't trust that. I'm going to get some rations.
I'm telling you, I can get us enough food.
Outside of game,
I literally
you can play
cannot
it
fail a
in-game
survival
however
check.
you want. But outside of game, I will
get food.
confirm that
Taylor
you.
knows that already.
Yeah, yes.
I know his thing.
Yes. Just to
Eamon
be
in
clear,
game just doesn't trust swamp meat that
Yeah.
this man is going to try to cook.
It probably
for him.
won't be meat. It'll probably just be like,
Swamp berries?
yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
Eamon's definitely getting some rations.
Or
If you
you
don't
know,
get slicker sap,
fish.
you'll have some swamp berries too.
Eamon's gotten sick enough in the jungle that, I mean, especially Raiji, you don't give off the like you love to take time to like prepare a good meal with your cooking supplies. So
I'll eat
Mistake
whatever.
there is assuming he had cooking supplies.
I know that's
Yeah.
the thing. I see him with swords, and I'm like,
pull
what
out,
do you?
like,
How
a
do you
chef's
cook it?
hat from my bag?
It's got two
He has
swords
like a
sticking in it.
Utility belt full of herbs and spices.
Just turn into Gordon Ramsay.
I can craft a really good meal.
I bet you can. I'm gonna get some rations.
You know, I'll eat
And some
anything,
medical supplies.
even if it's still kicking. Preferably not, but I can.
yeah, I don't do that.
That hurts my stomach a little bit.
It's kind of fun with it as a struggle.
Never can't say I've ever. I mean, I've had octopus.
try
It
it.
kind of moves a little bit while you know.
That seems kind of cruel.
I mean,
But then again,
Who
what do
knows
I
how
know?
smart
I
they
eat,
are.
I eat plenty of things.
they seem like pretty dumb creatures.
Anyway, let's go goo my shoes.
Yeah, we don't. What do you want to pick up? Because it's like you're just making
Slicker
a-
sap.
Okay, yeah.
That's literally all I.
You just come back with like industrial jars.
Are you getting anything for your feet?
Booties.
Do I know that there's a chance I will get some sort of disease if I don't?
You will be. Yeah, you're gonna be. I mean, there's a chance you don't, but you're gonna be rolling saves if you don't until you get to the basin.
Yeah, I'll get some.
Just cover your feet in the sap.
Because you're going to be, the area east is like the wettest area. It's the area closest to the river and stuff. So yeah.
All right, then I'd ask him to pick me up like boots.
Okay, I do that, and I goo his
Little
boots.
rat boots.
Okay, so you're getting boots, 2 things worth of slicker sap, gold and 3 silver.
Okay.
So Phosphorus, you go to the Arcane Assembly Hall. You've been here plenty of times before. Dill's cubicle is the very first one. As you kind of turn the corner, just as loud and as chaotic as usual, and peek in, there he is, standing on his little like step stool he steps up on to look at his table, and there's a big schematic laid out on it. He doesn't seem to notice you have like approached his doorway or anything.
I'm gonna knock on the wall.
Okay. He hears it and kind of turns around and lifts up his goggles. He's like, "Oh, welcome back, Phosphorus.
Nice to be
Can you
here.
come take a look at this?"
Sure.
He motions for you to come over, and you see the whole table with the most very detailed schematic on some sort of satchel charge like explosive that's meant to clear debris. I want you to make an engineering lore check.
With the circumstance bonus because this is explosive based.
You are a bomber, yeah. +4 circumstance.
It did.
You need a tiny little jet that can. The cockpit
Look,
can
Aaron
just
makes
fit
a lot
in.
of good arguments sometimes. He also just asks every time.
Yeah.
though. So
28.
28?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you talk shop with him a bit about just like minor improvements here and there and stuff like that. He appreciates it. He's learned that you're kind of an expert on bombs of all kinds. Obviously, they deal less in making things meant for combat and more things like this. Although he does mention that he wished you were around when they were taking out a lot of the woodsmen sentinels and the cocoons because they had to make a bunch of alchemist fire for the guys. Which that knowledge that worked very well came from when you fought them and it hated you for using fire against it. But yeah, it normally dies down and you can like ask him about, just pop the question about the lycanthropy stuff. He's like, yeah, I forget who did that. I'll track him down. I'll get the notes.
Thank you.
About to get Dr. P's bottled lycanthropy.
So you, Eamon and Renestier, go to the stables.
I would want to stop by the clinic / the like general store at some point today, probably after.
Okay. Yeah.
the
Stables
We
are
don't have to play
literally
that part.
across the road from the guard
Yeah.
thing you were
So,
just at. So it's
I
the easiest place to
I
get
meant
to.
to say that so that we don't have to play through it.
Yeah. So you go. If you don't remember, the stables is basically like a big L-shaped building. And it looks pretty basic stable look. The entrance is on the shorter part of the L, and there's someone there's almost like a kiosk that you would walk up to, and there's someone standing there like waiting if you guys need help with anything or whatever. Just a shorter human man.
Do we see any striders from where? we
Yeah,
walk
for
up?
sure. There's
yeah.
a whole stable's worth. It's about a 30 to 70% ratio of 30% horses, 70% striders.
I would walk up to this human man.
Mm-hmm.
Good day, sir.
Howdy.
Me and my companions, a party of 4, we're looking for potentially mounts, ideally striders who can handle long-distance journeys.
Preferably not skittish. I imagine most aren't in an area such as this, but we're just looking for something to aid in our travels.
Okay. Do you want to rent them or purchase them?
I just look over at Eamon.
I mean, how long can you rent?
However long you're willing to pay for.
What would the-
What's the price difference?
How long
Yes.
would you need them for? I guess is the first question.
We need them for total at least 3 weeks.
30 yeah, that's probably a good estimate. You will be taking the locomote bat, but so a 15-day journey. It would be about, which is a month. A month is a good estimate, 30 days. He says, yeah, it's a longer journey. We could definitely do that, though. It'd probably be about, he kind of looks into the little kind of cubby hold that he's in of the entrance and looks at some paper and stuff. He says it'd be about, if you wanted 4 striders, one for each of your group, it'd be 50 gold per person for that whole
You'll only need
roundabout.
3 of them.
3 of them, so 50 gold, only 150 instead of 200.
And how much would it cost to purchase?
Depends on the ones you're looking to purchase. Like horses, striders aren't all too different, where they're, different quality of breed, so to speak. But normally it'll run you somewhere between the 200 to 300 gold range.
Certainly. Do you mind, this might be a very strange request, do you mind if I go and speak to the striders? I sort of just like
It's like a horse
Run my
whisperer
hands
thing,
up and
Some
down
people-
myself to sort of be like, I'm kind of,
You can do that. Like any of them, or like the ones that we could give you.
I would like to talk to them before we rent them.
Well, are you just gonna go in there and talk to whichever one you want, or do you specifically want to talk to the ones we could give you?
The ones that you can give me.
Okay.
those, yes.
Okay. Yeah. Follow me.
Just the ones you can't give us.
Well, yeah. He was clarifying. Is like, do you just want to go in there and walk around?
Yeah,
and
I
talk
Is
to
this
them,
a
or do you
visit?
wanna-
Is this just a visit?
Yeah.
Or is this horse therapy?
Yeah, I thought he meant he was going to bring 3 out and then we can talk to them as opposed to just talking to like
Yeah,
a list
that's
of
what
the
he.
ones.
Yeah, he's gonna. He tells you to follow him. And he walks you into the stables, and he stops you by the first one. It is a muscular. These things are large. They're like the size of horses. They're not as tall off the ground, but they are large creatures. Very muscular, even for Strider. Muted green scales, small frills along its chin, and there's a little writing, kind of wooden nameplate above where it's kind of laying down. It says Basil. And he says, this is Basil. She's probably the best one we got right now that's for rent or for sale. She has a habit of being a little hard to train, but when the going gets tough, you want something that's a little hard-headed and won't turn tail and run, I guess.
That's exactly what I'm looking for. And I'll walk up to Basil.
Mm-hmm. She's curled up in a, just like almost like a cat, how they sleep in a circular line format.
What time of day is this?
It's around morning.
Morning time. And I just, walk up and,
Yeah.
good morning, kin.
Opens her eyes open and she like looks around. They don't have ears, but like the lizard ear holes, like very
Right.
clearly.
Okay,
Look around.
does this sound like he's saying those words, or is he
No, I'm
making
like,
lizard noises?
Yeah, he's making lizard noises.
Okay.
Yep.
I see it.
He walks
I'm just
up
gonna
and-
go pet the horses.
Okay. Yeah.
Horse girl Eamon.
There you go.
But yeah,
I tie my hair in a bun.
she just kind of looks at you, confused.
Yes, I can speak to you. I understand you as well.
Okay.
Do you like to travel?
Yeah.
Do you like to fight?
Yeah.
How much do you like to fight?
More than I like to travel.
What if I told you I could give you both? And out of this damp little enclosure.
Well, it's not. She like looks to the stable hand and is like, my decision?
Yeah. I treat you as my equal.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Centipede snacks?
I turn to the hand, like the guy who's running the place. I'm like, do
He's looking at you just like so fucking confused.
you have centipede snacks here? Is that what they eat?
Holy shit, you can really talk to him, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it's her favorite snack.
Am I able to purchase
What
that?
did she think of me?
I like turn to him again, like, but
Yeah,
I'm just like,
Just speaks pig.
what do you think of this guy?
Bit of a pushover.
I just turned to him like, She thinks you're great. Really nice guy.
He's like, oh, cool.
really, really soft-hearted.
Yeah, we got centipedes if you need them. I mean, we have their actual food too, but centipedes are more like a candy to them almost.
I'd like enough of those to last me the full travel.
Okay, so you want this one?
Food and snacks, yes. And
Okay.
I turned towards her. I was like, "Oh, one moment. I'm still negotiating."
Who are you saying this to?
The
stable hand?
yeah,
Okay.
the stable hand. And I turned back to her.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yes, I can guarantee there will be plenty of centipede snacks for you.
She has her
Okay.
glasses over her nose, just like looking at it.
I'm
Sounds
your
good.
agent now. We'll put your name in lights."
Be something great, kid.
Gotta be a star. Yes. Well, does that sound like a fair adventure to you?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I will definitely take
Who-
you along.
Who are you?
My name is Renister. I'm sorry. What was her name again?
Basil.
It's nice to meet you, Basil.
Basil.
Thank you.
The R just got scratched out. Her name's
And
Brazil.
I'll just like give her a slight like bow a bit, and then
Mhm.
head to the
She
next
like
one.
lowers her head.
I will definitely take Basil. Who else do you have to show me?
Do you,
Eamon sort of
take-
shouts over, "Get me a fast one. Fast one.
I'll see what they have.
Swift."
you want to purchase her or rent her? What are we talking about here?
Could we work out some deal if we rent up front? If we wanted to purchase them when we return?
Have it be a
Oh,
lower
like
price.
a trial run? I mean, yeah, that's kind of not up to me, but I can like you mean like pay for the rent, and then if you want to keep them and come back, like we reduct the rent from the purchase.
Yes.
Yeah, we could probably do something like that.
Okay.
You guys look for those kids, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I'll talk to my boss. We can figure something out.
Flip my hood off the
Oh, no,
very
just-
same.
Essentially, what that is your guys' reputation coming into play. Normally, they might not do that, but you guys have
Sure.
very clearly helped this
Phosphorus is
community
not
already,
here.
and words have gone around. Yeah, there's no scary rat man with bombs
Yeah,
on his
yeah.
chest to dissuade him.
Trying to feed
But
him
yeah,
to the lizards.
I appreciate your consideration.
He
On
walks
to the next
you-
one.
to a different one, and there is a much slenderer. Still, they're all decently muscular, but not as bulky. Deep green scales with yellow spots all over the body. A very angular face. And the stable hands. This is Zumo. He's I mean,
Live up to the name.
it's more context when you can actually talk to him, but he's a quiet one. But we don't, not in the way that we talk to them.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yes, I will speak to him real quick.
Okay. Zumo's not sleeping. He's like eating out of a trough, and as he hears you guys approach, he kind of stops and looks back.
Sorry to interrupt your meal, Zumo. I wish to speak to you.
He just looks at you.
I'm Brenister. I'm looking for a companion to aid me and some of my friends on a 3-week journey. Plenty of room to move about. Might be a little bit dangerous. I just want to be upfront about that with you. But if we would love to have you if you are willing to do so.
He nods.
Do you speak Kin?
Yeah.
What do you like most about traveling? Or do you like to travel?
I'm going to go stand next to Renister and sort of like put my arms up on the little gate and just kind of watch him.
The air.
So you like to be out in the open?
Mm-hmm.
I can promise you a lot of that. Is there anything else that I can do to make this travel comfortable for you?
You give him a moment to like think. And that moment is enough for him. He kind of stops and he just like sniffs around kind of instinctively. And there's a moment where he kind of sniffs and he kind of locks onto you and he goes, "You okay?
Yes, what do you ask?
You don't smell okay.
In what way?
You smell like a dead thing."
I was, once.
Oh.
As you can see, I'm alive and well. Well, alive.
You it's pretty clear this is an animal, right? So like it's very evident that concept of like dying
Yeah.
and coming back is just completely lost.
I
It
just kind of
looks very
like, sort of
confused.
like grab my bicep and go, I'm very strong.
Okay.
That doesn't hold me down too hard.
He's strong and he looks to
Very. He doesn't look it, but he's very
I
capable.
just look and kind of like make
Yeah,
a little
yeah, like
animal
nice.
they're
face
very
towards him.
clearly talking about you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean they both
But
look
I'm
at
just
you.
like smiling at him, like, yeah,
I just keep smiling too, like, yeah.
yes, very
Yeah.
strong. A little skittish.
Zumo, I say.
Don't do that. Condescending.
Oh, sorry. Zumo.
Much better. Anyway, sorry about him. He doesn't understand the culture. You know how they are, city folk. Anyway, would you describe yourself as being fast?
No.
Not very. Okay. Can you travel a long distance very easily?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. Well, if you would like to travel with us, I would love to have you.
Sure.
Sounds like a plan to me. And also, you don't have to feel like you have to converse all that much if that's not your thing.
Okay.
Plus, I'm the only one who can really understand you. But yeah, you know how it is. Especially with this guy. What can I say?
Yep.
So,
All right, we'll take this one.
What's he like?
Oh, quiet type.
Oh. What's he good at?
He can travel really far, which is I think, on brand.
That's good.
Yeah.
I asked to stay up and I go, do you have any fast ones?
I mean, they're all pretty fast.
I'm not asking out of game for a mechanical advantage, just one that he would find.
Yeah.
Is
No,
there
I'm
one who
aware.
likes to run fast? Who likes to?
I mean, they normally, follow me.
Any that has a need for speed, you might say.
Would have thought with the Zumo, you'd think that'd be a
no.
fast guy.
Yeah, and he leads you to another stable. Above it says Oz, O-Z. And this is the smallest of the three you've seen. It's still large, but it's significantly smaller than the other two. Just in terms of size. Not really. Obviously, Basil was very bulky.
Like an Italian vehicle.
Yeah, like a smart car. Yeah, smaller. His scales are incredibly dark green, almost to the point of them being black. They're only really like green and when the light hits them right. And there is a very deep scar above his left eye, almost roughly kind of like an eyebrow. Not exactly, but like where an eyebrow might be, so to speak.
Does he have a flame vinyl paint job?
No.
Damn. Okay.
But yeah.
Or his bangs pulled over his forehead?
He's just not really laying like a cat all curled up, but just laying with like his hands on his feet. And he lifts his head when he comes by. He says, Stable Hand says, this is Oz. He's smaller, so he gets around pretty quick. He'd probably be the fastest one we got right now. He's got a bit of a reputation, though.
For what?
What kind?
You know how horses have trouble. Some of them don't like to be tamed, and they buck a lot. He's kind of like that, but a lizard.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I see. I will talk to him.
Okay.
I walk up to Oz.
Yeah.
Good morning, Oz.
Give him a firm hand.
He, for the first time, he doesn't look super surprised that you can speak with him. Like every other one of these ones you've talked to is immediately. It's like when Jimmy Neutron has a brain blast. It's like, what the fuck?
Right.
But he just kind of looks at you and he's like, yeah, what do you want?
You're not surprised I can speak to you, I can tell. But have you interacted with my kind before?
Maybe.
Fair enough.
I like this lizard.
What do you want?
Well, I am setting out on a long travel with some companions. This is one of them. There's two others. And I was just looking for any of you who are willing to travel with us. Definitely lots of danger, lots of room to run, although that would include having to carry one of us. That is the one drawback, but
I'll go with you.
okay. Simple enough. Do you mind if I ask how you got...
Can I
that
vibe check
scar
this
on
lizard?
Yeah, it'll obviously be way harder for you because it's an animal. Yeah,
That's true.
I'll roll for you because you're not it doesn't interact with you in the same
The
way.
edge is oozing.
Yeah, I mean it's a lizard and you have literally no gauge. It's not even an animal that's really expressive either. You know what I mean? It's just literally all you've seen is them stand at each other and make lizard sounds at each other. So no, nothing.
I kind of
I asked-
Renisteer. I'm like, what's he like?
Hasn't talked to much yet. So
What'd you ask?
scar on his forehead.
Old Rider gave it to me.
He did not respect you?
I killed him, so.
Or
That'll
do
do it.
you... It's very upfront. Normally that might put someone off, but I can
normally
understand.
Can't tell people I did it because they
That's fair.
don't. talk.
Why did you kill him?
As he tried to kill me.
Any reason why he tried to kill you?
No idea.
Just turned on you?
Mm-hmm. Out of nowhere.
Can I check if he's lying?
Yeah.
And since I'm a lizard?
Yeah. I'm going to roll for you.
Okay.
Again, lizards are, even if you can speak with them, they're kind of hard to read. But, I mean, you did hear that he's a little bit of a tough tame, so to speak. But it doesn't seem like these things even really have the capacity to like be blatantly deceitful, so to speak. I mean, it could, but it doesn't strike you as that's a thing.
If I'm hanging off a cliff and he says "Long live the king" and knocks me off, I'm just not vibing.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd just be like, well, I can promise you that if you were to travel with us, you would be treated as an equal. This is more of a job and not a burden that is forced upon you. I want you to have the choice in this.
I'll go.
Okay.
Is he riding me or are you? He looks at the two of you.
What would you prefer?
Neither of you.
Who would you prefer?
No one ride me.
Well, that is quite the impasse then. We do need somebody to carry us, but
Okay.
not as swift and durable.
Which one of you two is riding me?
I see. There's another who is with us, I think.
He looks at the stable hand.
Not him.
Good. Good. The stable hand, like...
Does he drool?
No,
now
not
I
really.
introduce
but,
my new character, the stable hand.
but the stable hand this whole time...
He draws his two hook swords.
Right,
Eamon-
got lost in the grocery store.
Eamon, you probably picked this up more than Renister because he's like having the conversation. Stable hand clearly is like not really uncomfortable, but like doesn't like this lizard in any way. But yeah.
This is slowly turning into a horse girl movie of like no one's been able to break it.
Would Raiji have come in at this point? I mean, he just bought a couple things.
We've only been here
not.
for like a couple minutes.
Yeah, since we were like immediately.
And it was right across
Yeah.
the street.
We do have a friend who really likes to fight big things.
Okay.
He's very strong-headed as well.
Cool.
But yeah,
Is he gonna ride me?
most likely. I think that you would. I think he would like you.
Okay.
But if you are willing to come, we would love to have you.
Yeah, I'll come.
Certainly. Yeah, we will take Oz.
Okay. There's your 3. And you're renting them with the implication that if you want to purchase one of them.
Sure. Do any of the 3? Do the other 2 look like, depending on composition? Obviously, Phosphorus might be able to fit in to like somebody else's lizard, depending. Probably Eamon and Phosphorus could fit together on a lizard.
Any of you could fit together on a lizard.
Okay, so if
Only because
Oz runs
he is
away,
small.
Anybody and Phosphorus can fit.
Yeah.
okay,
Not like me
that's
and
what I
Raiji.
was checking.
Yeah. The only way 2 people fit on a large creature is if one of them is small. Even if it's 2 small people, you're only going to get 2.
Shit.
If shit goes down, there might be negatives to 2 people being on a lizard, even if
Gotcha.
one of them is small. But in terms of traveling, it's not as bad.
Fair. Okay. I think it might be best if I actually ride the Oz now that I think about it.
I mean, if he has a bit of a problem, it might be.
He may be
Do you have
fast-
experience riding these creatures before?
Some.
I'm okay with going with the least likely to give us
I think
problems.
if-
I'm not a super experienced rider.
I
so.
think that the key here is if he is not prone to be taking orders, he might be more receptive to somebody who can actually understand him.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I'm okay with any of them, honestly. I don't have a ton of riding experience, so the least
I
stubborn,
think you
the
should
better.
take a Zumo.
Sure, I'll take Zumo.
I think that Raiji might like Basil. a little
I can always
bit more.
make him faster.
Okay,
Could
we don't.
beat it into
I-
him.
What do you? Okay, well, we're not doing that.
Well, to be fair, I could just drug up one of these lizards and make them faster.
You're not here.
He's always here.
I'm always in your
Get out
mouths.
of my head! Get out of my head! No,
Turns out, like, humanoid elixir is just poison lizards.
I don't feel that I have to say this, but I still will. Definitely treat these mounts with the respect you would treat any other sentient creature. To me, these
course.
are basically relatives.
Of course.
So,
Yeah. If you have any tips, anything to offer, or if I guess I'll be taking Zumo. If Zumo voices anything that he would like different, just let me know. I'd be happy to accommodate him. Anyway, like I said, the only thing I really have as a standard is just to carry me there, carry me back, and keep my feet out of the swamp.
fair enough. But yeah, sounds like a plan to me. I guess we should.
Turn to the
Yeah, you can pay
stable
for
hand.
him. Get paperwork and stuff.
go
He'll
pay.
have them.
150, you said?
Yep. Yeah, 150.
I'll give 75. You give 75?
Sure.
And then he'll have them. He'll ask, how quickly do you need them when you're leaving?
Today,
Like as soon as possible?
as soon as possible. Also, food and the centipede snacks. How much?
We will need to feed him on the way.
Yeah. If you wanted, he does note that if you do purchase them, you would also need to purchase saddles and barding and stuff.
Word.
They'll come with that when you're renting them, but you won't just get that for free if you purchase them. So
Right.
you don't have to worry about any of that now. In terms of feeding them, all of them, 30 days worth is what he'll give you for each of them, which will be in each of their saddlebags.
And money wise,
It'd be
Carry the
45
five?
gold.
total.
Yes.
Okay.
15 gold each for 30 days worth of food for each of them.
Can we just get a grand total? Then we can all just out of game right now split it 4 ways.
A what total?
If
Grand
If-
total.
Phosphorus
Well-
wants to do that, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm assuming Raiji.
That's
but
150
maybe not. Phosphorus.
plus 45
You
is
don't have
195. And then add another 5 for the centipede snacks.
Yeah.
So just 200.
So
200 total.
50
Mhm.
gold each. If we
If
decide to
you're
split
all
it that
splitting.
way. Yes. We can figure that out in game, but just to do
I
the
can,
math
toss,
in
I can
advance.
toss in 50.
Okay. I was more
So,
so
yeah,
saying that
I'm
so I can
just
figure
gonna-
out the math now.
Yeah, so
Just
everyone
do it.
loses 50 gold.
So they're not ready now. We'll just come back later and get them.
Yeah, he needs
Okay.
to like get them
Saddle 'em
Saddle,
up.
yeah,
yep.
and bard them and
Get
everything.
the lizard shoes on them.
Yeah, it was weird. Everyone you saw just had like human hands on all their face.
Oh no, I
They were
hate
sitting
that.
there like just like laying their
I
fingers down.
hate that.
You see Oz like sharpening a knife.
But yeah, as you head
Smoking a
out,
cigar.
Raiji,
Yes.
as you head out of the general store, do you remember what Yinhe looks like?
Yes.
Okay. Like actually?
Yeah.
Okay. You just said it with a cadence of
Well,
like.
because I had to think about it.
Okay. Yeah. You see her, and you've never met this person before, so you just like notice her more so that she's
Then I don't. I'm thinking of the wrong person.
okay. Yinhe is the Jaydoon elf that lives in Kwoi.
Okay.
You do not remember what she looks like.
No. Was that
Is
like
what
the
I mean.
first person that they encountered?
No, it's the one that he was fucking.
No, it's the elf that lives in Kwoi.
Just describe her.
Yes. So she's slender frame, just above 6 feet tall, verdant green skin, vibrant purple hair braided down the back and left side of her head, bulging purple eyes, no pupils, long pointed ears, sharp facial features, wears a basic tunic and robe. But she very clearly stands out because, she's a fucking elf in the middle of a non-elf settlement. But she runs towards you, like waving her hand. And again, clarify, you've never seen this person
Does she
before.
look panicked?
No, just
Okay.
like, if anything, excited.
Okay. Then I wave my hand excited as well.
Okay.
Talk to my girlfriend, dude.
And she says,
Not to cuck Eamon.
She's taken, bro.
hello.
Babe, is this guy bothering you?
Hi.
Someone said that you came in with Aemon.
Yeah.
Do you know where I could find him?
Yeah, he was at the stables. That's where I'm going.
Okay. All right, well, sorry. She kind of like realizes that she was in an excited panic, so to speak, and was like, Yinhe, and she extends a hand.
Oh, Raiji.
Where are you from?
I'm from the
I
Crimson
expl-
Sands.
now you know how it feels as when you guys ask the DM, what's this person's name?
Yeah.
And I don't have a name ready. But yeah.
Their name
Okay.
is Crimson Sands.
To the stables?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to race?
No.
She rips off her ankle weights.
But yeah, as you guys are, I guess, someone comes and brings the stuff on lycanthropy.
Thank
You
you.
have it's a decently thick, leather bound book. It looks like someone's personal notes.
I can take these.
Yeah, we're not using them right now in any way.
Appreciate it. Also, whenever you figure out that satchel charge, let me know. I would love to see that in action.
Okay. Econ was looking for you guys.
We already talked to him.
Okay. So you taking the job?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Vip, we sent him along with the last thing. He's setting up the defenses there. So when you get there, I'm sure he'll could use you.
Yep. I'm bringing extra supplies just for that reason.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we would actually probably see Raiji and Yinhee.
No, I wouldn't,
walking.
because my head would be like this, just looking down at the book
That's
as
fair.
I'm just like pouring through it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just walking down the middle
Nerd
of the road.
alert.
Just, nah,
But as you guys leave the
yeah,
stables,
this
and
nerd's
start
gonna bomb your house.
heading the same way.
This
You
nerd's getting his
see,
book rained on.
you see Raiji walking with Yinhee, and then Phosphorus a little behind them and to the left, very clearly not having neither of them noticing each other, just reading a book as he walks. You see that, and Yinhee notices you, and she waves, and she runs up all excited.
I run up to her as well. And
I
I'm
go,
like, hey,
how did it go?
Good. Your people are wonderful. It's a beautiful place.
I'm glad they did not kill you.
Me too.
Hi guys, did we get lizards?
Me too. Hold on. Yeah.
Do I see
talk
Phosphorus
to-
walking
talk
by?
to-
Yeah.
I'm just gonna walk up behind him and like hook my claw into like
Okay.
the back of his shirt and like
Yeah,
pull
yeah.
him into the rest of the group.
I would just like fumble in my bag and pull out the flower that I picked from
Oh yeah.
and just hand it to her. I go, I got you something just to remind you of home a bit.
She takes it.
She stabs him.
I know she has an odd relationship with home.
Yeah,
so it's not
she
like
smiles, but you very clearly see it's
This is
almost
to
like
remind
it's a
you of the place you're
melancholy
banished
look.
from.
Yeah, it's a bit of a melancholy look, but she
Yeah.
thanks you nonetheless
See,
and takes
it's
it.
the thought that counts,
Yeah,
right?
just thank you. Did it what?
I
She sees the staff and she goes,
I took the trial of
"Oh fuck!
yeah.
Congratulations!"
And with the help of my friends, I passed. We passed, and now I have the tier of what's it called?
Naren.
I have the tier of Naren in this staff. Obviously, not everyone needs to know that, but yeah, we got to know Sainu
Do you
very
have-
well.
Do you have time? I'd love to hear all of the details.
Yeah, I'll buy you coffee or something,
We don't. What?
or
We don't know
Or
what coffee
What
is.
is?
I just hold up my hand with a
a
cup.
tea. I'll buy you some tea. How's that sound?
Okay, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Eamon's going on a date. He walks away.
And we all just go,
Okay.
ooh.
No,
Hey,
it's just
aren't we leaving today?
I don't get it.
I'm gonna eat lunch. Just give me a second.
Tie it off quick.
We don't have to roleplay you literally going through every detail.
Yeah, I would
Right.
want to just.
But you can go to the tavern, get some tea, and just sit and tell her everything, basically.
And I ask her too about what she and Tajima made and how that
Yeah.
went. And
Well,
stuff.
yeah,
you don't have to
essentially-
tell me that at in game necessarily.
Yeah,
but-
well, I mean, it's basically they just made a compass that hones on to the nearest source of magic related to the bark that Miki brought back. So anything within a 100-mile radius, it just beads onto the closest thing within it. And they use that to track down 4 cocoon/sentinel pairs. She also mentions that the Tajima made it known to as many people as possible how useful she was in it, and a lot more of the town is more accepting of her
good.
and such. Also, Prykus left now, but the stuff he got, the samples he got, were also a big help, and Prykus helped with it a bunch. But he hates it here and is headed back.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I would do that, and then
Wow, that's
afterwards just get those random supplies that you
Yeah.
can just tell me how much they were or whatever. But
Winter Supply.
I was just gonna get. I can only carry 10, so I would get 5 more healing supplies.
Okay, yeah.
And then I would get probably 7 more rations. Do they sell healing elixirs here at all?
Huh?
Would they sell healing elixirs?
Yeah.
How much are those? Sorry, I know DM math can be annoying when it comes out of nowhere. But
You're buying elixirs.
Add in a marmoset.
the last ones I got went bad.
After
They
a day.
have antidotes, anti-plagues, and elixirs of life. The lowest and the second lowest version of each. Elixirs of life.
They have the second lowest versions of elixirs of life.
Boy,
I can't even make those.
yeah,
That's why they're
I'm
selling.
aware. Doesn't mean they can't. They have a whole arcane assembly that has
And?
people that can make them.
No one's
Phosphorus
better
wants
than
to be
me.
the very
I'm
best.
the best.
The elixirs of life are 3 gold pieces for the minor, 30 gold pieces for the lesser. The anti-plague and the antidotes are 3 gold pieces for the lesser, 35 gold pieces for the moderate.
I'll take the elixir of life.
Okay.
Probably the.
I believe it's 1d6 and then 3d6 plus something.
Yeah, the lesser's 3d6 plus 4.
Yeah. So it's a big jump between the two.
I'll take 2 of the more powerful ones,
Okay.
and then I will take 3 of the lesser, or not the lesser. Sorry, less than the lesser.
Yeah, you buy all that after catching up with Yinny, and then the other 3 of you can pick up the lizards, the striders that are now finally saddled up and barded.
Oh, so we go in and see our lizard friends.
Yeah, I would introduce them. I would
Okay.
walk up to Basil.
Renisteer,
Yeah. Yes.
you can talk to them, right?
Yes.
Which one of them is
Basil.
the strongest?
I mean, yeah, even just looking, Basil is very clearly the strongest.
You know, one of these might use magic, so I'm not going to assume.
Okay.
One might be an alchemist.
For sure.
This is
That's a good point. One of them might be using magic.
writes it down in his notes.
You,
Now ask her if we can wrestle.
Okay. I turn to Basil. I'm like,
I'm just
yeah,
grinning.
you guys are all in the. You're kind of in the area. You're out of the stables now, and they have barding saddles, and then kind of side saddlebags as well.
you don't feel like you have to do this. I'm talking to Basil.
Mhm.
The buff guy over there in the vest,
just standing in a hero pose, just smiling and nodding the entire time.
the nodding fellow. He wants to wrestle you. Would you be okay with that?
Sure. If I get a centipede snack.
I sort of like side eye, like look around, and I like kind of like pull one out and like kind of like a sugar cube, just like feed it to Basil.
Okay, she eats it. So what do I do?
Hold on. Are you giving her an advantage? I want one too.
Yeah, that's fair. These are performance enhancing beetles or centipedes. I feed it to him like a horse as well.
I just eat it.
Okay, yeah, you eat it. Absolutely.
Actually, tastes like a normal centipede.
Do you feel stronger?
I wish.
Oh, I was wondering
If
like
centipedes were the key, that would explain so
placebo
much.
effect. You've been eating a lot of bugs recently.
it sprints at you and tries to tackle you.
Cool. Yeah.
I just sort of, like, move out of the way.
I want to sprint and try to tackle it.
Okay.
So
well, it's initiating first. Well, actually, roll for initiative with athletics.
yeah, I mean, like,
Can you tell me her athletics? Because you have her sheet.
yeah. Oh God,
I imagine
fucking
I'm
hate this
standing
game,
between
dude.
the other two lizards with just all 3 of us with the same look on our faces.
10.
Ooh. Hold on. I think I actually
Use a hero card.
got 10.
You got 10?
Yeah, I rolled really bad. I rolled a 4.
Let's reroll. Let's reroll. This is just initiative, so
Yeah.
let's just see. Just goes through.
Fucking hell, dude.
11.
No. I lost.
Okay,
Initiative.
so she's gonna. What's your athletics DC or fortitude DC, whichever's higher?
DC.
Yeah, 10 plus whatever your plus is.
It's 16.
Okay, she got a 13.
Okay.
So she runs at you, and you basically just like grab the big lizard 4 front shoulders and skid to a stop, and then go for it.
Okay. there
And
we
then
go.
what is her athletics or fortitude DC, whichever's higher? Fortitude is probably gonna be higher.
Is higher. It's 16.
So you need to hit 16 or
I
higher.
got 18.
Yeah. So how do you?
I just pin her.
Okay.
I
You
just,
want to kill it?
I snap her neck. You ever seen that Peter Jackson King Kong movie where he fights,
Just rip the jaw.
rips the jaw apart? No.
All right, who's next?
No, I just like, I stop her and I just like move my momentum and push her.
Okay.
And pin her down.
Yeah, you do that.
And then I help her up. I reach my hand out for a second, and then I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like Link
She
in
doesn't
Twilight
have a hand.
Princess.
She gets up, and she.
But then I do help her up.
Okay. Yeah, she gets up.
Cool.
I like walk over to him.
I pat her head,
Yeah. She's,
and I give her a thumbs up.
That's all she really needed to warm up to you. She gets down on sits down kind of like a dog would for you to get on.
A dog would?
Well, like you know how dogs they can they just sit down like flat. You know what I'm saying?
I was just like it was just like sat down like a dog would for you to get on them. I'm like, what dogs do you know, dude? Rideable
I would
dogs.
walk up and give her another centipede and just be like, "Thank you for humoring him."
Yes. It's one of those things where they're not intelligent, so she might not fully grasp what the concept of that is.
She's just like, I got centipedes,
Yeah.
so yes.
But she eats it again, yeah.
I
Give
get
a
on her
pat.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I would see like one like actually get down a little, I'll just walk over and climb on as well.
I mean, none of them have gotten done except.
Well, and yeah, so that's like the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll just climb up with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I do, as he climbs up onto her, I would lean back to her and go, "The back ones is not food, by the way, so just so you know."
Okay.
Just making sure.
Yeah, we eat
People, not
we don't
rats.
eat mammal or we don't eat furry things. They don't know what mammals are.
Okay, just making sure. And I walk over to Zumo.
Mm-hmm. You Eamon could be there by now if you would so like.
Oh, I thought they just walked over as I left.
No, they were. This is
We
the
were, like,
end
waiting.
of the hours where both of you were apart to them getting their stuff.
Oh, okay.
And basically they helped set all of them up and
Didn't
such.
he just go back to the assembly or?
Yeah, essentially,
Okay.
unless you had anything else for her. But she, again, it was the
Back to your
energy of
room.
like, she was obviously super excited, but there's always an air of a little bit of like melancholiness of like,
Yeah, I was
I kinda left all that
sad
behind.
to be like, hey, and then be like, by the way, I'm leaving in an hour. Goodbye.
yeah. I mean, overall, she's super excited, and she says, you know, be safe,
The brightest suns burn the quickest.
don't die.
I'll try not to. Bye. And then I just kind of walk away.
Okay. Yeah, and then you can. We'll say you arrive there just as they're mounting up, them being Raiji and Phosphorus.
I just walk up. Do I see him like wrestling one of them?
No, you missed that part.
Okay.
But
There's just like a.
Are they just covered in
probably-
mud
you
because
probably
it's
saw
raining
it
out?
from a
Just
distance.
assumed.
Yeah, yeah.
Are
They
they
are
just-
covered in mud, yeah.
Yeah.
And you actually
Right, he's
probably
just
saw it from a distance.
covered in mud
yeah.
and it's raining. I'm like,
There's a perfect like lizard silhouette in the dirt.
Like a scorch
scope
mark
to
of, like,
Raji, and I
nuclear
just kind of
blast.
like hold out for a fist bump. I'm just like, nice.
Oh.
Punch him.
Just kind of like shaking my hand out. Okay. Yeah, good job, man.
Zumo, I believe you've at least been somewhat acquainted with Eamon, but he will be who is riding you.
I flourish my poncho a bit and make a bow.
He kind of lowers his head and then lifts it, and then just drops.
I would
Like a dog does.
Try to mount him.
Yeah, you just get above him.
Get up and like throw my backpack up and holding my staff and shield. And it's like, are we heading out now? Or is there anything else anyone has to do?
I'm ready.
Anything else that anyone has to do? My bad.
No time like the present.
Phosphorus, you can hop up here if you want.
He's
I'm already on this one.
Oh, sorry. I wasn't here for that and I forgot about it.
He's just like behind me, so you don't
Phosphorus,
see
you don't
him.
have to ride with that jump. You can ride. You can be over here with me.
I don't have experience, but I'm starting to think this post-nut clarity thing is not a thing. It's been quite foggy in the mind. And
we never actually go to the end.
I walk over.
I just watch.
Yeah, did we pay for the inn? I don't remember.
I got my money back.
Yeah. You could have gotten all their money back if you wanted. Granted, if you
But
guys
you
remember
didn't.
what you paid, because I don't remember what you paid.
Yeah.
10
Okay.
silver.
Yeah.
For a week.
Eamon remembered, yeah.
2 gold.
You can get that back if you want, yep.
Yeah, then I walk over
Oh, yeah,
to
20 silver, sorry.
Oz. Well,
No, it was 2
Time to
because
take
he
off.
paid for both of us.
He gets down.
I'll climb on top.
Okay.
And it's like mid-morning still, or?
By now it'd be like midday, around noon. It would have taken a couple hours for you to catch Yinhee up and you guys to get all this ready.
You just sort of like whisper under my breath. I was like, well, it was nice to see civilization for like a couple of minutes.
You do not have to. Do you want to give any of those elixirs to anyone else? Or are you keeping those in your bag?
Oh, I was going to toss the 2 of the smaller ones to
I don't need it.
Renister and Phosphorus.
Oh, wait, are these kind of...
These work. Yep.
Oh.
So they each get one?
Mhm.
To who?
Raiji and Renister.
Okay.
You said
I
phosphorus.
figure
Yeah.
Phosphorus, sorry. I figure Phosphorus doesn't need any
Or
elixirs.
once.
or once in elixirs. Not from me. He's going to think I tainted them with my magic.
So you have
Not
one
from
of the ones
lesser
that
alchemists.
heal 1d6.
Why don't you ever have these phosphorus? I hold out one of the good ones.
The better ones, yeah.
I'm like,
I literally like.
does he
Angrily
give off?
clutches
Does he
pages.
give off any sign that he hears me? Do his ears twitch a little bit?
I'm gonna let you know. No. But, like, have you ever seen someone that's like so in a book that they just ignore everything around them?
No, I don't like nerds.
1d6. He
The
said.
next
Yes.
time you're down, I will burn you to death.
Eamon is the only other person that has books in this party, so yes, he understands.
Book.
Can I fight it?
What is this
I
book?
fight it.
Can you punch it?
You guys head out of the east gate, which again is just barely big enough for like one cart to fit through. It's not really a gate. There's guards there, they let you through. And yeah, it's immediate jungle. There's no roads or anything. There is a rough path for a bit. You don't know how far it ends. You walked on it with Prykus for a bit when you were down here the first time, but you're going the opposite direction. He was going a little more. Our party's time with the Jaydoon Elves has come to a close, and with the news of the woodsmen being all but eradicated, that just leaves the river bandits. But is this Bondo fellow as trustworthy as Econ says? Do the woodsmen or bandits have anything to do with the party's troubles at Bahrain? Who's getting bog rot? All of this and more, next time on Dying 5.
If you enjoyed today's episode, consider leaving us a review on whatever platform you listen on. We'd love to hear your feedback. And if anyone in your life just can't get enough tabletop RPG action, send them our way. If tabletops have taught me anything, it's that good stories become great ones when you have some folks to share them with. And as always, thanks for listening.